You have 68 wins. You cannot 69 Mina.
Hey everyone, it is the center of attention, Brittany Brooks, and you are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Come on over, Sabu. I'm being see, earlier I said something stupid to him, and now this is my receipt. Okay?
Sabu's just sabotaging you.
Yep. He sure did.
Hijacking.
Yeah, he's taking over.
Hijacking is a better word. You're right.
Good luck.
What up, everybody? This is the People's Babushka, and you are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Shout out to Simply Reliable Studios making their Symphony debut, sponsoring this match and the entire Dragon Kai demonstration.
What's up, everybody? It is the hottest flame, the realest Hogan, the bionic baddie, Kiera Hogan, period, and you are watching Simply Reliable Studios.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Noah. I believe in Datula. The Meltzer of the multiverse. I know. Who the fuck wants to compare themselves to another? How much of a mark do you have to be? You couldn't even pick a professional athlete. You went with a fucking journalist? Grow up, man.
We just want to say thank you to Simply Reliable Studios for voting us as Tag Team of the Year.
Of course.
Because you know what they say, right? If you can't swim, you're bound to drown.
Tonight, she is sponsored by Simply Reliable Studios from Orlando, Florida. She is everybody's favorite BFF, Izzy Marino.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the weekly moderated insanity known as the Shenanigans here across the Simply Reliable Studios brand of channels. It is I, your moderator extraordinaire, the renegade of wrestling, JJ Williams, back in the hill seat, joined by the island of misfit toys, the simple man Noah Foster.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back here once again to the Simply Reliable Studios. You know what this is? Brand cements and brands, of course, that's for favorite fall-face professional wrestling. Damn it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring in the rest of the panel. First and foremost, my partner in love the bed in AEW. We call the rest of the light and probably upset stomach mindset for some other stuff tonight. It is, of course, Mr. Reliable, Simply Reliable, in true original form, Walter Cruz.
Ronda won in literally 17 fucking seconds. She tackled Gina. Gina fought a little bit. She turned to the side, got that armbar, and she tapped. Literally 17 seconds in the first round.
Well, at least I know I can last longer than Gina Carano. We've got one half of the Canadian connection and a man who just got done doing some hockey coverage with the Scatboard. Nick is here. What is up, sir?
Why were you guys talking about boobies for 45 minutes?
Theme of the week, today's.
She's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend, Ash. That's actually elegant and not fake. Hello, Ash, how are you?
Enough is enough. I've had it with these motherfucking AEW wrestlers winning my motherfucking New Japan title.
Make sure you tune in every week because you never know who's going to drop in to join the Shenanigans. We do have the man who started it all. Jeff Meacham is with us.
I'm impressed with what's going on at the JCW. I'm happy for Russo. I'm happy for Vito. I am a viewer, again, when I can get home and sit my ass down for a half hour, wherever it is, and enjoy that shit.
Popping out before midnight virtually on this app. It is my cohort as fellow gamer and crazy wrestling watching aficionado, Charles Schultz, who will also be joining me tonight in the fray as I welcome you into the Shenanigans once again at the end of this fine Saturday.
I just want to keep seeing Mr. Guana show up every single time and just Poliaska. I'm still agreeing with JJ. We still need that freaking multi-person puppet match.
A puppet is not a competitor!
Next out the competitors if you go to the right company.
Teleporting in via the morphing grid, our very own Pink Ranger is here.
everybody. You know, I know the firing of Scott Moore was controversial, but I feel like he needed to go in order for TNA to grow. Don't get me wrong, we had some good stuff under Scott Moore, but the company was just stagnant. And you know, look how much they've grown.
If this is what it took for her to acknowledge some of my NXT talent, then I'm here for it. Because we know she doesn't work Tuesdays. So the fact that she watches Thursdays and is still getting exposed to my talent, like, hey, something happened, right? She told me the other night that Trick and A was some of the best stuff in TNA.
Yeah, I actually really did like Trick and A.
I was completely shocked and blown away to discover it was Chad Gable under that mask. I had no idea. I would have never guessed it. I never saw it coming. This was just mind-numbing. This was like the reveal that Juan Cena was John Cena. I never in a million years would have guessed that Chad Gable was going to have that.
Is Speed ever going to lose that title?
Well, you know, everyone can be a dickhead, but how strong a dickhead are you is the real question. I have a pretty strong dick.
I'll take your report.
Good night, everybody. Hopefully no one else heard that.
Cool.
Okay, here we go. The thing again. I'm not ready for this. I am burnt out beyond belief. Shoot, I mean, there's not even been anything going on in wrestling this week. But here we go again. Working with freaking children. Good evening, everybody, and welcome back once again to the weekly moderate conversation of wrestling madness. That is the Saturday Shenanigans. I am once again your impromptu host for the evening. Tired as F. The Superman Noel Foster. Good to see y'all once again. Thank you all for tuning in on all the outlets here, the Super Lab Studios, in conjunction with the No Cook Out the YouTube channel. Again, please like, subscribe, comment, tell a friend. If you want to dictate the conversation, Super Chat or PayPal the Passions. It is as simple as that. Good to see you, Fed, and also a person I was already bringing the conversation, always ready to talk wrestling. As you know, I am never alone. Let's go ahead and introduce the wiser side of this evening's panel before the idiots join the fray. First and foremost, he is the encouragement. He is I would call him the founder of all things. If Walt Disney was the man that imagined the magic that became the global conglomerate that we've seen today, then this man is the voice that encouraged all of us to speak our own mind to bring forward what we have created today. It is always a pleasure to have Jeff Muddeff Meacham from the most magical place on earth virtually. Jeff, how are you?
You are not alone. I am here with you.
On copyright. And of course, the Michael thing recently on HBO. If y'all haven't seen it, go check it out.
I did not see it in the theater, so I'm looking forward to watching that on digital. I'm looking forward to watching pretty much everything that's gone on digital from Dwayne Johnson, which is why I tonight am partaking, folks, because I feel bad for Dwayne. I do. I feel bad. His box office has been dog crap the last few years, so I got to support Dwayne. And this is how we're doing it tonight, folks. We are supporting The Rock. So
there you go.
I'm fresh off a day of working at, let's see if I can, D23 out of the convention center, and then we'll be attending tomorrow. I'll be there at 6 a.m. So much like Noah, we hard out tonight. We're not fucking around.
Yeah, after last week what those idiots did, I definitely ain't freaking screwing around here. That clock's already going. As soon as that marker hits 2 hours, no excuses. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Yeah, I very much feel almost virtuous in the desire to be hard out when it's time. Because the Dirty Key Review was one of those episodes this week, too. So you were there, you know.
For the first hour, then, of course, you had to deal with that could not, that's the name.
Hey, you know what? Yeah. He did, not of his own choice, of course. He did a good thing by supporting Rebel and her ALS cause with the ice bucket. Shout out to Mrs. Riff for that. So it was a pleasant hour was had by all once that mucker feather showed up. So it's all good.
Accurate. And again, you all can show your love and support for Rebel in
Please
her
do.
fight against the terminal illness ALS. Go follow it up on iamals.org.
Yes.
Support her today at shoppew.com. Buy the proceeds, of course, for the Rebel Heart Germ Rabbit bracelets will go towards ALS research. And stay tuned for our watch along for that special edition of AEW Dynamite. Well, Jeff, I feel like I actually have the wiser side of the panel tonight, so I'm looking forward to actually engaging with you and talk wrestling after I don't know how long. And also joining us for the first time since I can remember, if not the first time in Shenanigans, with a new device, it's the Birdman himself. And I'm not talking about the Harvey attorney of law guy that used to be on Adult Swim. I'm, of course, talking about
Hey, guys.
Dave Shepler. Dave, how are you?
I'm doing good. Either that or I'm Don Corleone, as Virtue says on No DQ. But yes, I have a new device that's hopefully sounds good to you guys because I didn't get a test with you. So I wanted to play with, as my girlfriend called it, my new toy tonight.
Well, much like our friend, my favorite band, Dave is just a prisoner here of his own device. So we'll see how it goes. It's also late for you, Grandpa. We gotta be sure we get this show going here.
Hey, I'm usually out late on Saturday nights doing some karaoke anyway, so I'm okay.
Okay, so in my pre-podcast, pre-Shenanigans, pretty much anything No DQ. Actually, no, I was doing it when I was with No DQ. Friday or Saturday were Shenanigans. Jesus Christ, karaoke night. So man, I love that, and I miss it. I haven't done it in a while, and you know what? I am at least one. See, Dave wasn't in the room. I am at 1.5 glass deep. So you fuck off with your green.
I got to see that from backstage, Jeff.
Okay,
good. I definitely want to see.
I feel bad for Dwayne. You know what I mean? We in the company have put so many vehicles behind him, and not only that, DC and just all his stuff, and it's just doing dog poo at the box office, man.
Yeah.
So we got to support Dwayne when we can.
Moana came out.
By wrecking my liver.
As they said, the live came out a little too quick after the last movie. I think it was the timing.
Yeah, I definitely think it was too much Moana in one fell swoop. But Black Adam didn't do well. The hell was the Christmas movie? Red One did okay, but I think it did better streaming on Netflix than it did in the brief time it was in the box office. So there's just a lot of things going against. Well, actually, it's going great for us because it's like, no, Dwayne, go back to the wrestling. Be the final boss. Be that guy. And we want that because some of us are still determined to see him at least at one more WrestleMania. And if the Saudis love anything, it's their nostalgia. If they smell what The Rock is cooking. So.
All I know is I'm not betting that it'll be here. I'm not going to be there because I've stopped doing that after last WrestleMania when they could. I thought it really was going to happen. I'm not betting on it anymore.
I think the collective No DQ Galaxy and the Simple Reliable family is done betting, especially against the Cardonas, at least for a while.
Oh, that's for sure.
You would hope.
That was pretty awesome the other night. I got to say that, though.
I'm happy for Chelsea. I know Noah's happy for Chelsea. I know Noah's happy that Nick Aldis decided to give Chelsea Green that 30 days. So we're bouncing. This is the most formatless Shenanigans I've been a part of in a while, y'all. And I'm drinking, so fuck it.
You know what? You're drinking. I'm tired. I'm rolling with it. Dave is actually here. He's part of the conversation. He's chilling along with it. I'm sure it's the chat. And at the end of the day, what used to be literally just talk wrestling was probably an inspiration for what became up on Night that has evolved into the Shenanigans, whether it's Saturday night or Sunday afternoon. But hey, we've already talked a bit, so without further ado, Jeff, Dave, and Super Reliable Studios community and No DQ Galaxy enthusiasts that have joined along the fray too. Let's get right into it, because guess what? There is no agenda. As far as I'm concerned, this is an open discussion, so anything's on the table. Whether you're drunk or sober, I mean, just look at the week this week. I mean, we're pushing towards All In. TNA's pushing towards the Knockouts Television Championship. I almost said World, but they don't use World in that title for TV reasons. And then, of course, we got Bloodline 7.0. Chelsea Green is still freaking the WWE Undisputed Women's Champion. And Punk and Kevin Owens, they're beefing. So there's that mic drop. And, of course, the only wrestling I followed up with this week, because I have had the ultimate week from work preparing for the academic year and now working between two locations preparing for that. The only wrestling I followed is New Japan with the G1 Climax. And, of course, the finals or that's coming up Sunday morning. But yeah, honestly, this week, when you think about right now, the drive for wrestling, it does feel a little bit like a stagnant season, unless you're looking toward All In, which will be AEW's biggest show of the year, and seeing if the Will Ospreay, which you know the extent of what his liver is capable of, will be taking on Kenny Omega to finally see if he can pull that trigger and seize the AEW World Championship. But MJF is also back in the fray, and he's calling himself the one true champion right now, which tells me there's a lot to look towards the fall season with
The
that.
OTC of AEW.
That's right. You know what? Might as well. I mean, he's freaking day one, much like freaking Darby Allin, Kenny Omega, freaking Heyman Adam Page, and John Moxley for that matter, who's putting everything on the line.
Hangman Adam Page is a bitch, and he just went this for himself and cost everybody everything. So still fuck that guy. I don't care how much Swerve respects him or the fact that he's a trios champion. Oh no, he's not, because Ricochet and his boys beat him. I forgot about that.
No, they didn't.
No? Okay, I don't know.
I keep up a little bit with Collision, but like I said, the only wrestling I watch live anymore is not mine. So
Yeah, I think this Wednesday will be the first Wednesday I don't actively have anything going on, so I just may watch it myself. We'll see.
Well, there you go.
It's that post SummerSlam, not quite all in August, like cruising. Like we're just kind of coasting. We've got. This coming weekend, so next weekend, if we're still on Saturday, Sunday here, we've got a lockdown, and
Ring of Honor, Death Before Dishonor.
Death Before Dishonor. Thank you. Those are both next weekend. All In is just over that horizon, and then you've got the weekend after that. We've got Sunday night's main event. And then the weekend after that, we've got Triple Mania. So we're not wanting for weekend warrior in here. We've got the wrestling to watch on the weekends when we're not IT directing, Disney doing, device manipulating, bird watching. Bird man. Dude, we are going to get Coco to re-record that song just for you. I'm going to make that my life's mission before he dies or retires. It's going to be a thing now. You got me focused.
You gotta keep mentioning the bird, because that's one thing that happened the other night, and Noah was just laughing like crazy when my bird decided to go off the rail.
Chicken dance didn't help matters either.
No, Aaron and Virgil doing the chicken dance just made me pop, and I'm like, I am trying to not be crazy right now. I gotta go to work in a minute.
And that made Rift blast me several times.
Yes, they did.
I imagine
they did, but there's that usual, there's not really maybe something to sink your teeth into like a big steak dinner, but there's definitely some good appetizers as we head into the end of the summer. So it's still one of the best times ever to be a wrestling fan. And if you're not a wrestling or not just a wrestling fan, like I said, we've got D23 going on out here in Southern California, the biggest Disney convention of the year. I made a list that we had 24 different announcements about different divisions, film, television, parks, everything yesterday. Today was just a lot of crazy. Tomorrow's gonna be crazier. So I am not wanting for a whole lot except a moment's respite, and that'll come. It'll just be on Wednesday.
I was resting fine in my new comp there before I realized my alarm went off, and I saw that and I was like, ugh. But yeah, it is what it is. But
yes. And for those who pay attention, the exact spelling of that Noah just said is AUGH.
Let's go to show how exhausted I am. I went Charlie Brown tonight versus just annoyed simple man. What does that tell you?
Well, but I love it though. The shirt you're wearing, your collar shirt, that is the exact pattern and I think color, if it's blue, the blue stripes of my costume at D23 today. We had a casual guest control for my
casual guest control.
Well, it's just basically guest directional without a tie. It's what it is. And I don't know if you're wearing a tie.
I ain't wearing a tie right now.
No, it's still the most well-dressed man on YouTube.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. All the time. I have never related more to Triple H's pre-match hype video about Seth Rollins. I get up every morning, I go to work, I put on this stupid tie, and I try not to be that destroyer guy. I try to be that creator guy. That's how I feel, because when I do put the tie on, or I do put the guest control outfit on, I'm having to corral dozens and dozens of people. If I'm on the back of a tram, I'm just You know, I'm the Charlie Brown teacher because they don't fucking listen to me.
Yeah, exactly. How they hear that
Translation:
trumpet.
sit your asses down. You paid too much in here to be this fucking stupid, but they don't listen.
Well, you could say it like that.
I could, if I didn't actually enjoy being employed gainfully by the Walt Disney Company, I could definitely say it like that. But I won't.
I definitely understand you, Jeff, because in my position, there's so many times I'm on the phone because I work on the phones.
Yes.
So many people that just are have no common sense whatsoever, and my inside voice is saying something, and I'm thinking, I can't waste 25 years at the job I've been at to say one word I want to say.
No, both of you are in a position where you cannot be a Randy Orton and give in to the voices in your head, even though they talk to you and they understand. You cannot give in to those voices because
Trust me, though. I've said stupid more than enough times in my career that's going 15 years strong, let alone this week. And again, this is the money I made this week when it came to finally becoming salary, and I'm appreciative of it.
There you go.
Four
Well,
digits.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with Darren. It doesn't work for me, brother. But again, wearing a tie means I'm in the parks, which means I'm getting the parks energy. And I'm getting all that, that woosah that we talk about JJ surrounding me. So it is what it is right now. Wrestling is maybe not as amazing as it was when we all came together at the first of the year, but it's definitely not as bad as it was.
No,
it's
a content engagement pool of choosing what you want to engage in. And you already know I'm all in. Also, I thrive on honor, and I'm looking forward to seeing Ribeye Depth for Dishonor from the Arena of Extreme, of course, the Philadelphia 2300 Arena. And of course, summer also is tournament season for me with my two favorite tournaments, the Firestar Grand Prix in Stardom and the G1 Climax tomorrow, of course, the finals. Stay tuned, folks. If I don't do it live, of course, as annual tradition, I will be doing a retro watch along of the G1 Climax Finals matchup where I will call it and give my outlook on the winner and the overall tournament and those three award recipients. As of course, shout out to our Canadian friend Ash, who continues to stay batty. Again, subscribe. Don't be a dickhead. Rika Oil will take on Uyamera this year to determine a first-time winner. I know she's very happy about that. She wants to beat the Dune Orange, as only she can say. Again, we appreciate you, Ash. Cheers.
What's your engagement, Noah, on this tournament to determine Roman Reigns' opponent in Mexico City? The winner of the tournament.
So random. Well,
it is.
Again, the only person with context to Roman Reigns is Rey Mysterio, and he's not competing in it. He's the daggum general manager of AAA, and rightfully so, considering his roots in Lucha Libre. The only other person I could think of that could make a lick of sense to face the Tribal Chief that has that recognition with the global WWE universe is Penta. And Penta Samira was a workhorse in a Canelo title. I feel like as soon as Penta's name was thrown into this freaking ballot, I don't want to call this a one-person tournament, but it pretty much is that. Let's just call it what it is. There's not a single other name that would give one chance to make you think he pushes Roman Reigns to the limit, considering against Zero Fear, than Penta. How you bet against him?
Yeah, because all the other guys are small guys, aren't they? I mean, the
well,
best.
To be fair, Penta's not that huge either, but at least
no, he's not. He's the biggest one of them. But I think the final's going to probably be, and that'll be the match to watch, is Penta against Phoenix against his brother.
Yeah, Penta's got that. He's not like the biggest guy. He's got like the Parka deceptive size. Like he's not the biggest guy, but he's definitely not a cruiserweight either.
That's who he reminded me of when I saw him in AEW the first time. He reminded me of the original Parka.
Original Parka, yeah.
Yeah, he's got all the moves to prove it as well. I'm just saying.
Yes, he's got the moves like Dagger. Anyway, I love that and again, this is just me. I'm not watching every single minute of every single show. I'm not quite taking the Foster approach where I just watch the YouTube clips. I am trying to actively stay engaged for the shows. But man, when you come off a shift and you got to watch 3 hours or 2 hours, you're like, it's rough. But I will say this is keeping me intrigued. The point I was going for was I like that they're building toward non-PLEs. SmackDown this coming week is big. We've got Punk and Owens match. Sunday night's main event is big. We've got Cody versus Randy in the big rematch. This Raw episode in Mexico City is big.
They're pulling a freaking AEW where they're finally not trying to just focus the thing on PLEs. They're actually trying to make the TV content more must see. What a crazy concept.
It's yeah, I'm not going to say they're going back to Attitude Era because God,
hell no.
If you missed a Monday Night Raw or Nitro, you were for a while. But I do like the fact that at least WWE is making sure that hey, you still got to watch Raw and SmackDown and NXT and try to catch AAA because they are building toward their PLE, their biggest PLE. Their WrestleMania is in a few weeks, Triple Mania, and it's 2 nights this time, and it's so big they had to move night 1 out of the Luxor and into the MGM Grand, which is a for Vegas, for people that don't reside in Vegas, not familiar with wrestling history, the Luxor has a pretty decent size arena, but the MGM's is bigger, and the MGM is waist deep in wrestling history. So the fact that the folks at AAA get to use that venue, it's very much akin to the Cow Palace. Nobody uses the Cow Palace anymore, but they did, and it was a major deal if you got to work in the Cow Palace. So it's a really cool time to be a wrestling fan, but it's also a cool time when you have friends that are in the wrestling business and they're getting to do stuff like this. You know what I mean? It's neat.
Yeah, and again, like I said, it's just one of those things right now where I've kind of, like I said, slowed down on my consumption of wrestling, which is why I kind of gone to YouTube highlights with virtually almost everything. Because again, I'm more founded on the Japanese side of things or Ring of Honor. But overall, there's still just so much going on. And that Triple A Tournament Outlook, it does bring more of a focus. It is a showcase. I am looking forward to seeing it come down to Rey Fenix versus Penta Ciamero, or even Dragon Lee versus Penta Ciamero. I think Dragon Lee's been highly underrated as well. So I am looking forward to seeing what this leads to. But ultimately, if you bet against Roman Reigns right now, you're a bloody fool.
Yeah. And again, we're doing we're playing the long game here with, as you said, Bloodline 7.0. Monday night,
now, but it sounds right.
It probably, Monday night, Solo is going to be forced to be resubjugated to the tribal chief.
Bloody
so
hell.
we've got that. We've got Jacob Fatu, who I know Noah's not big on the consuming the content outside of us and the actual televised stuff. Jacob Fatu's interview with Stephanie McMahon and Elise on, what's your story with Steph McMahon? Jacob Fatu made me a fan of Jacob Fatu on that. It was so funny. I got enough of the I mean for at least a month or two out of my life. He said that a few dozen times. But you know what? Right. But you know what? Knowing the Fatus as long as I've known him, it's like, okay, like it was cool to see like that side of Jacob, seeing his father Samu in him, seeing, Uncle Umaga, seeing those guys come out from within him was really neat. So I'm looking for, I know people are so sick of the bloodline, and I don't blame you, and I don't disagree. However, I still look forward to seeing what's going to happen next. I am becoming an optimist in spite of my own pessimism. Like, I'm wanting to see what happens next. I'm wanting to see what happens with Solo. And thank you. So, and seeing now that Zilla is in NXT, it's like, how much longer until, Lance gets another opportunity to come back into the fold? How long until, we got to start, telling the couples like, hey, we're running out of bloodline. We need you y'all to,
how much longer before we have 10 Samoans that show up in an episode of Celebrity Family Feud with Steve Harvey at this point and produce a Civil War? Because this is crazy.
They're not the NWO yet. It's okay.
I just hope Solo. I hope Solo keeps his the side he's shown lately, because that's got to be a part of this. At least that'll change it up, because he was the quiet man the last time he was in Bloodline. He didn't say a word. Now you've seen the personality in this guy, and this guy's going to shine. If they let him shine, he'll shine.
And I love, Noah called them the team of Bloodline. They weren't even, Anawahis, the Tongans. No. But I love that they've almost rehabbed those boys by bringing Haku in.
Like, that was a good that caught me off guard. I'm not going to lie, though. That caught me off guard. But I do think it makes a lot of sense.
Well, the weird thing is,
good.
I'm sorry, Jeff. Go ahead.
No, you're fine.
The weird thing is, they kept saying that you were going to see Rikishi for the last couple of years, and we end up seeing Haku. I'm glad Haku's there because you're right. He has given them a little bit more. Don't call them the MFCs anymore. I wish they'd just call them the Tongans now because this is the true. And Haku being there, and I hope he stays around for a while because that is going to make them strong.
Right.
So, yeah, a couple things. Rikishi not coming around is a couple things. Rikishi is a very independent soul. He has his podcast, and he is not going to be quiet on his podcast. So, bringing Junior in with the live mic is a decision. There's that.
Yeah, let's put it politely.
And there's also, as far as the name for them, they can be the MFTs. What if I said MFT stood for 2 years? Motherfucking Tongans.
Well,
that works. It works for what it's worth.
If they don't say motherfucking on, USA, they can still say MFTs. And now that Haku's there, they really are the motherfucking Tongans because I ain't messing with Haku. Like, are you kidding me?
Haku was legit one of the most dangerous men in the wrestling business, and
He's
him
a
as a
tough
manager
SOB,
for
definitely.
what basically are his sons only adds to that further danger. Plus, here's a little bit of a spoiler for it. So we are wrapping up the week, ladies and gentlemen. Your new SmackDown Tag Team Champions are the Tongans.
Can we talk about what a championship centric show last night was? We had this go down. We had a new women's United States champion, which I love that for 3.
Jessie Jane.
2,
now
1.
all of Fatal Influence has gold.
They
and a heel turn's coming now too.
You know
That's
what I mean?
Building a heel turn too.
Yeah,
most likely. Most likely, Timothy Stratton and Chelsea Green will be the first program for that title, and I'm all in for that. I'm curious to see what Chelsea Green can do in the next 30 days, but I am very proud to still call her my champion, and I'm even prouder of Nick Aldis, the man, allowing Chelsea Green this opportunity because she's had so much taken away from her life. She absolutely deserves this chance to lead this division.
She does.
That was the best promo she's had since she's been in WWE.
It was the most serious promo she had. Let's call it what it was. There wasn't no comedy stint here. This wasn't about putting her personality out there. This was literally her livelihood and her love for the business. When you pour your heart out to something that doesn't love you back as much, that's a hard thing to do, especially for our first time. But knowing that Chelsea Green worked everything up to this moment and it almost was taken away from her like that due to a medical reason, BS.
And the fans love her. They love her even more after last night.
Damn right, they should.
They love her and what they did with Matt, standing up to Gunter. Man, I love Matt. I always have. And I just love that he came out there, wasn't being, freaking, quasi Zack Ryder. He's like, no, you fuck with my wife, dude. Like, let's just throw hands. And he put up a hell of a fight. We had that yesterday. But, we've got there's been so much chatter about, it's the same guys in the title picture. And yes, right now it is.
They're right.
Punk and Owens, Orton and Cody, Reigns and fill in the blank. Great. Okay, you know what? We've got a brand new Intercontinental Champion after SummerSlam who's been fucking deserving of it for God knows how long. We've got a United States champion. We got a U.S. champion who I will fight you to the fucking death because I love me some Baron Corbin. Fuck you haters. I don't care. I love Corbin, and I love that he's back. And with all the love and respect I can ever muster for Kofi Kingston and Austin Creed, who, by the way, my dad popped me this week. He was reading a report about Kofi and somebody going on the Jericho cruise, and he said, "Who the fuck? Oh, it's Woodsy." He saw Austin Creed. It was like, "What the fuck?" Hi, Dad. It's a real name. I love you, Father. I do. So yeah, with all respect to Kofi and Austin Creed and these guys that didn't want to take the pay cut, fucking Corbin stepped in. I will take the pay cut and I will win the U.S. title. You know what? You can't ask for much more than that. I love that he's champion.
And they're still protecting that move too.
It probably was a sign-in bonus to be fair.
End of days is the shit. It's been the shit since he debuted it. And I am so glad he's on the bike again. You know how glad I am he's on the bike again? Because my son is retuned into Baron Corbin. So Baron Corbin's apology has been accepted. And by God, he's back. And you know what? How are they buried? Are they off TV? How are they buried? Did they lose their jobs? No. Carmelo had a U.S. championship match last night. Trick and Little Yachty, is that his name?
Yeah, that can random.
Sorry, I'm the whitest guy in the room. Like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm half white. I get it.
They were involved in the aftermath of that. Is anybody really buried here right now? I
wouldn't say so.
I'm starting to get like Jericho, where I'm hating the word bury. I'm hating the word botch, even though we use it masterfully on this show. It's like just patience. Guns N' Roses, man. Axl sang about it, man. Fucking patience. Seriously. So there's that.
Again, you're asking a lot for society, but that's a whole different conversation.
I
for a
am.
different
And,
forum.
and you've got a women's world champion in Liv Morgan who people just love to hate. And I love that. You've got Raquel Rodriguez with a championship. Finally. You've got Roxy still in the mix. You've got Rhea Ripley just waiting for that return. You've got Chelsea Green as champion. And now you've got JC Jane and her girls, freaking the new belt collectors of SmackDown.
Pretty much. Dadgum.
The only title I'm still like is the World Tag Team titles. And that's only because it's the Vision. And it's not really the Vision because the Vision's got some freaking major glaucoma right now. It is what it is.
It's the Vapor. It's been the Vapor since Seth freaking Rollins burned it down with Braun Breaker in one of his better matches, some people said, inside that steel cage, considering the way Braun carried himself while he was bloody breathing, by the way, literally going down with his damn last intense breath.
Braun Breaker being booked as a legit badass is no longer a fucking gimmick.
No.
It's just not. And even before that, he's still a Steiner, y'all. Like,
I think people forget about that, Jeff, though, to be fair.
It's like messing with Haku. Like, why? Do you not hear the stories? The internet is there, folks. If the Google is at your fingertips, do not fuck with a Steiner.
I was like, hey, Google AI will even tell you that. Just put the two names together and you'll see the difference, but you'll also see the danger in both.
And you know what? With I think it's Rick's either Rick's other son or Scott's son, not fully. I don't know if he got suspended or whatever it is in the NFL. WWE's right there, man. You know what I mean? Like, what's happening to this time?
Right in front of us. Right in front of us. Just saying.
Yeah. So it's again, we talk about it all the time, Noah. You and I and JJ and everybody else. If you can't find one thing that you like in wrestling right now, not just WWE, it's likely that you're the problem at this point. There's something good out there for somebody everywhere. See how much we have the Karen Slims.
Manuel bring a point
so
here.
That's
fair because her voice literally does sound like a teenager.
Okay, so
an obnoxious teenager.
So I will counter with two things. First of all, Liv can wrestle, unlike Vicky Guerrero. Liv has a 150% better singing voice than Jillian Hall. That was the funny of it. Okay. And as far as I was gonna say, I had another thought. Come back to me.
Well, that being said, I'll come back to you from one brother to another, bringing himself finally in from a virtual commentary booth, the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams, the usual host for the Shenanigans. JJ, how are you this evening? Good to see you.
Good to be seen.
All right, there we go. Now that we got that out there, and shout out to Manuel, by the way, one half of the Dominguez for his outlook, of course. And yeah, like I said, Liv Morgan, for a person that didn't wrestle pretty much 100 days while holding a championship, she proved definitely her merit as a champion, caliber as a athlete against Io Sky at SummerSlam. So I do not discredit any of her wrestling ability. Character-wise, though, it's a character that you could take or you can leave, depending on if you're invested in it or it drives you away. There's a point where a heel's character may be so obnoxious to you in your own personal opinion, it might drive you away, but then again, it might be doing something right.
Yeah, if her heel persona makes you hate her, she's doing her job.
Yeah,
that means when she says all time. I really
popped for that. I popped for that now.
Though. Like seriously, it was like I'm freaking Alberto. Like good grief, I get my freaking watch out how many seconds that was.
I want to clip her doing that and put it in the Shenanigans.
Please no.
Absolutely.
Please no.
Absolutely. Saturday Shenanigans is the greatest show of all time.
Oh no!
So bad, JJ. When Greg
Bueno.
had his last show, I was trying to get a cameo from Greg Hamilton, I think his name is, the Shane's Best in the World guy, just to have Greg be the best trivia guy in the world and just pop. Probably Greg, because Greg's a Shane O'Mac fan, but it was still would have been great. And what I was going to say as far as Liv, the fact that Alexa and Charlotte were playing Hot Ones, and Alexa tried to give Charlotte the clue of who she was saying by laughing like Liv. That's how over that stupid laugh is. Like, you know what I mean?
Real.
Like it's over.
Crazy.
You love to hate her, and you know what? Much like they said about Stephanie back in the old Alliance days, she can't be evil, even though it looked that good.
Hey, JJ, you're right about another thing. I said, thank God she doesn't sound like Lillian Hall. I'd have to turn the TV off.
Jillian.
Well, that's why I messed her name up too. But
if she sounded like Lillian, I'd freaking buy her album.
But
Lillian
Hall-
Garcia has one of the most
Oh,
graceful voices, not the most graceful voice in WWE history. There's a reason why when she sings the freaking national anthem, you literally listen and you recognize it versus, okay, who's this person? Who's this person? Who's this person? Oh, wait, there's Politics daughter.
Jeff can attest to this. Back in our younger days, Sonny, when we made CDs with wrestling themes.
Yes.
It would be the WWE signature.
Yep.
It would be the show theme song.
Yep.
And then it would be Lillian Garcia singing the national anthem from the September 13th, 2001 SmackDown.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then it would go into the themes of the wrestlers for that brand. Without fail. That's the way I always did my CDs.
Oh, jeez.
Good setup, honestly. Continue.
My first live televised WWF show, WrestleMania 2000, the first voice I heard, Howard Finkel, introducing Lillian Garcia. So the first voice I heard and saw in front of me in the ring at a live WWF TV event was Lillian Garcia. She will always have a place in my heart. And I love her singing. I wish we could like magically go back in time and supplant her for one of the dozen anthem singers we had at the King Games over the years that wasn't Pia Toscano, because Jesus Christ, we had some doozies over the years at the King's Games.
This is accurate. I mean, you're not wrong. Even I understand that.
Yes.
Yeah, but as far as Liv goes, her voice is meant to be annoying.
Accurate.
You know, that laugh to the point. I cringe every time I hear her do that laugh because it's so fake sounding.
I mean, AI could not make it sound freaking more authentic.
Right.
But I've done a 180 on my feelings about it.
Good on you, brother.
You know, and Jeff remembers I was the only one in my prior house that liked her.
Oh, yeah.
And then I turned to the dark side because outside influences influenced me.
Right.
And then once I got out of those surroundings, I began appreciating her for what she was doing again, to the point where I sleep with her every night.
There you go.
I always make people laugh when I say that. I have a Liv Morgan blanket
about to say
that I literally lay on top of. So I'm on top of Liv every night. So, you know.
As I'm going to get water, I just want to point out there was also the fact that there was some serious Ronda Rousey love going against you that you almost had to convert by freaking osmosis, brother.
True.
And this is also accurate.
But I defended her Money in the Bank cash in. Like, I was the only person in that house that understood the purpose of Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
And like, that's what the briefcase is designed for, is to take the opportunity when it presents itself.
And so far, the women have 100% of the time. We'll see if the women can do it again and keep that statistic up when Money in the Bank comes the fall season, where we put out the names, the likes of Roxanne Perez to possibly season, although it sounds like they might be trying. Yeah,
Number one draft pick to win it.
You're going to have two picks as always, because we know Money in the Bank is always a field of 6, if not 7. Always at least 6. Stay tuned, folks.
Number one draft pick. You can write my pick down right now. Roxanne Perez, number one draft pick.
I already did that.
I echo you, JJ, there. I echo you. And because if Raquel didn't win the title, I would have said Raquel. But with Raquel winning a title, I think Roxanne's time.
That just came so far to left field, though, considering Saruka just got that Women's Intercontinental Championship. And truth be told, Raquel, she hasn't had a singles main roster title yet, so I'm happy for her. But the last time she was treated as a serious threat was my NXT when she was the NXT Women's Champion, and she
No. That wasn't your NXT. That was my NXT.
No, Raquel Rodriguez was my
Oh,
NXT.
Raquel, my bad. I thought you were talking about
I'm not going to
Raquel,
botch you
my bad.
because I didn't say anything wrong, but you
Yes.
just misheard, so I'll give you a bye for that.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, don't argue with the man
But-
that knows
but-
the black and gold, all right?
To your point, though, about the 100 days not defending it, I think, and kind of side tangent, but connecting it back to that you mentioned about Liv, I think fans would have rioted if they had stripped Chelsea after letting Liv go 100 days without defending the title.
Accurate.
You know, the fact that they're allowing Chelsea to take 30 days, get a mask, get cleared, whatever. Good on Nick for doing that, man. I heard that promo, and I'm not going to lie, I got emotional hearing Chelsea.
Same.
You know, you got to have a moment. You, your wife, your kid, you were a champion, Nick. Your wife was a champion. If anybody should understand, it should be you. You know, Nick Aldis, the general manager, thinks he's doing the right thing, but Nick Aldis, the man, I'm giving you 30 days. I was like, yes! I'm literally freaking driving from Barstow back down the hill with tears coming up in my eyes hearing that. So,
And Superman doesn't
Well,
cry.
she's definitely way more than a comedy actor. She's a good wrestler.
She
always has been. She went toe to toe with Penta in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, and she said she'll never do that again, but the friendliest person she ever worked with and the easiest job she ever took in her life, as Chris Van Vliet got from her with the live show. Not to mention, Laura Vanessa, the former TNA Knockouts world champion. This young lady has also been on an excursion throughout Japan at one point, was once involved in the original class of Women of Honor. I've always been fond of Chelsea Green. I'm so happy to see how much she has achieved and the fact that they are letting her finally be the face of a division and lead as the champion. Because, damn it, we need somebody to make SmackDown great again. And Chelsea Green's always been that. She just never had the gold to prove it. Now she has not only the gold, she has the chance to prove it in both gimmick comedy and in both seriousness. And you got to see the serious side of Chelsea Green for the first time in WWE probably ever.
Yeah. Yep.
And,
That was the first time
kids, wrestling bookers, take note of yesterday's SmackDown.
Yep.
That opening segment is how you do a show.
Yep.
Because of this, you ended up with Cardona versus Gunther.
Yep.
Tiffany Stratton got injured, which cost her losing the title.
Damn it.
Face off with Nia.
Yeah, so much of the rest of the show fell off of this segment. This is how you write a television show, folks.
And you saw how
A
they
televised
blended into
wrestling
each other,
product.
Too. They blended into each other wonderfully last night. That's
Well, once in a while, they know how to do that. I mean, this used to be the formula for the Attitude Era if we're going back in time. The fact of the matter that you get this so rarely anymore in a continuity state on TV, at least once a week, if not just for that week, is rare across all the wrestling companies. AEW has sometimes did that, for example, with Kenny Omega's decision with the Devil MJF. That's one of the more recent ones that I can remember. And SmackDown did for the first time I can remember at a WWE show was when it's surrounded with Chelsea Green and the outlook of her. Can she still be champion? Okay, maybe you can still be champion. What's to come from it? Who buys into you that you can be champion? It made actual sense. And like I said, once in a blue moon, TV and wrestling can actually follow logic on a 2-hour broadcast, believe it or not. And Friday Night SmackDown was the definition of that.
Let me ask you guys a question, because I heard this point discussed both on WW Radio /Busted Open
Deep plug.
and on the internet through like X posts and stuff. General consensus from a good chunk of the IWC is that SmackDown is quickly becoming the A show again because it's the show that Punk is on.
Yeah.
And the Punk KO stuff has become very compelling.
Yep. Considering the personal history of those two having it's coming forward for the first time ever in WWE, I can see why. Oh, wait, there's the key word. First time ever.
Then the secondary is the Cody Randy stuff.
Yep. The legacy renewed.
Then you've got Chelsea. Those 3 stories right there are quickly making SmackDown the A show, where Raw had been pretty much since the original Bloodline arc ended and Cody finished his story at WrestleMania 40.
So
yeah, but it's all Bloodline. If you
all
Bloodline a little bit over, and that's it.
Yeah, I was going to say, Raw is very, and again, we were talking this before you came in, Jay. SmackDown seems balanced. You've got those major stories you talked about. The tag division is compelling, especially with fucking Haku on TV again.
That's the big plus right there for that brand. I will say the tag division actually feels like it has something to it once again.
Yes.
Speaking of having something to it once again, we're going to finally have something else, the opposite side of the gender scale, join us. Our own Slagent, professional as always, and there's Jenny.
She's yours, she's mine, she's our Canadian friend.
All right, turn it off. Dadgummit. Yes, everybody, our Canadian friend Ash, the better Canadian. Hello, Ash. How are you?
Better Canadian with Nick out here to defend
I'm
himself.
good.
All right, good to see you. Well, we're talking about Chelsea Green. So, Slade Janae, you'll talk more about that here in a moment. We're also talking about how SmackDown might actually be the better of the 2 shows, considering that across all titles, it feels like, and honestly, some stories. Yeah, again, we've already put that out there.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
I actually watched SmackDown for the 2nd week in a row, guys.
Exhibit A on JJ's point, and now we return it to Jeff before I turn it over to Ash. Jeff, as you were saying about SmackDown, continue.
Well, just the fact that, I was telling you guys earlier, getting through Raw was rough this week. Like, I dozed off, and yes,
I don't know how you all do it.
I'm working batshit crazy hours at Disney. We had this coming up this weekend, so we were all hands on deck the whole week. But Raw was difficult. SmackDown was not. I enjoyed every bit of SmackDown, and it seemed balanced. The tag division is strong. The women's division is being showcased. The top stories are the top stories. Over on Raw, if you are not Roman Reigns, if you are not Oba Femi, what are you doing? And you're not Liv, Raquel, and Roxy. What are you doing? The tag division on Raw is what it is, and that is in large part, with all respect to people I know that love Austin Theory and enjoy Braun Breaker and enjoy the viral disease that is Logan Paul, as Noah would call him. The Vision has glaucoma, and it is just it needed Maxine Dupree, but what now? Like, it still feels like nothing is new again with them yet. Whereas on SmackDown, it feels like you've got a good ebb and flow. JJ brought it up, and Noah, co-signed on it. So yesterday's SmackDown felt like we were in an Attitude Era formatting. You had something start the show, and it threaded. People retroactively bitch about, it's always Stone Cold starting the show, or it's always Hunter with his 20-minute promo. Like the motherfucker threaded through the show and kept you tuned in for that whole 2 hours. It's 2.5 now on Raw. But I was completely roped in the minute I got off work and got my butt back here, and I watched SmackDown till the very end and did not feel compelled to get up and go take a liaki or go grab a snackski or whatever. I stayed for those 2 hours, and I watched that show, and I enjoyed it, and it was so great to know that I could do that.
I took a liaki before I joined.
There you go. Well, I had to take a Corey. I can't say Corey Perry again. He's one of us again. I'm a bitch. Stupid Kings. All right, go ahead. I know it. It is a botch. Oh, that's a whole other botch. I can't even go off on that. I'll be here all damn night.
That's why I did it. I'm learning about you two when it comes to the hockey paraphernalia. Snapway probably would approve. Go check out Snapway Sports Bar. But yeah, like I said,
Kaya McKenna would approve.
That too, and you can go check out that interview in the archives when we, of course, had round 2 with the Conjure of Karma, who, of course, thank you so much for your time. And also stay tuned for further discussions and interviews here at Subliminal Studios, as well as further updates towards the end of the Shenanigans, courtesy of J.J. Williams.
Yeah, lots of updates. Lots of updates.
I'm sure. And I'll catch it on replay or in the chat. That being said, again, though, like Jeff said, SmackDown does feel like the more comfortable show with a better continuous outlook, while Raw right now is kind of like scattered over the place, where you're just trying to find, okay, which piece goes here, which piece goes here, which piece goes here, and they're all virtually the same color. That being said, Slayton A, I now bring the floor to you because you haven't spoken at all. Talk to me about your outlook with Chelsea Green pouring her heart out when it comes to how important this milestone in her career is, and how valuable it is for her to have a chance to lead as champion versus being taken away due to business and medical sense. Your outlook.
I love the opening promo in SmackDown. This proves that Chelsea can be motherfucking serious. There's
Accurate.
more to her than just being goofy and quirky
Accurate.
and loud and other synonyms I can't think of right now that can also be used to describe me.
Oh, there you go. I mean, you have talked about how much you've seen a lot of Chelsea Green in your self. And again, Chelsea Green has worked like pretty much nearly 2 decades worth when you look at her entire life outlook and the karma she's had, both good and bad, to just have this chance and build this connection and get this show of respect, let alone this
Can we give props to this woman for the way she stood up to Gunther? Like, god damn, this woman got some balls.
I mean, she hung with Penta. That should have been enough
That
right
too,
there.
yeah.
I'm pretty sure Goofer would have chopped her and she still would have gotten up.
Oh, and she would have taken it like a champ too.
Accurate. But
Let's be real here.
Like I said, the only show I watched live is AEW Dynamite, but I literally did watch the full-on SmackDown replay with my sources. And outside United States Championship, which again, Baron Corbin, look, good for him, but I could take and leave that, all right? Like I said, I'm still waiting for Trick Milligan to pick up or Ilya Dragunov to come back and rage fire, but that's a whole different outlook. The women's division for both the world and the mid-card title and the tag titles for that matter, they're pretty much owning all three on SmackDown thanks to Fatal Influence. You got your wish. You called it. I'll give it to you. You called it. You got your freaking wish. You got your freaking wish. Congratulations.
Encore bitches.
I'm about to say, talk about Fatal Influence. This girl's her own Fatal Influence when it comes to her bubbly positivity with the fact they're pushing those
I
three.
love Fatal Influence. I love how fucking bitchy they are.
There you go.
They definitely are that.
Fucking bitchy. That just sounds like a shirt.
I got a question for you guys.
Go for it.
The one thing we didn't mention, another thing, because he's been brought back for again, which I love him, is Shinsuke. What do you think about his partner?
Well, let's see. Considering his long-term history in New Japan Pro Wrestling and former leader of Chaos when it's first defined, and the fact that they finally might be looking towards those roots for the first time, I could definitely see somebody bring in Mota to WWE sooner rather than later. In former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion, face the Junior Heavyweights, passing the baton from Future Thunder Liger, saying that I will take this further than all the work that you did, and I thank you for it. And he formerly is ungovernable. Yeah, I can see a Romo Takahashi actually being involved in WWE. I know there was talks about that, but again, would it come forward as far as the spontaneous energy goes? Would it resonate with the WWE universe as quick as like Danhausen did, for example? Maybe, but with Shinsuke, at least it makes sense from a cultural standpoint and also a relationship. Now, as far as, feuding with the Tongans, of course, Tama Tonga Loa have such long-term history, which no Bullet Club, of course, in New Japan. This could be an interesting feud. This could be actually the first tag team feud I could see happening here. I'm curious to see what it becomes. If that is the case.
I am too. I like Shinsuke. I've always liked Shinsuke.
Well, I mean, they squandered him on the main roster since I don't know when. I mean, come on now. But yeah, it sounds like they're trying to finally breathe new life. And I mean, if you need a third person, Finn Balor and Shinsuke Nakamura go way back. I could see this being turned into somehow a 6-person thing if Haku as a manager gets involved in more physical capacity. Hopefully not. I also think that the tall one is still there. So yeah, there's your 6-person feud right there. So yeah, I'm curious to see what this comes.
I was going to suggest that if we go for a 6-person, maybe get Naraku involved.
he's kind of doing his own thing, literally on his own right now in your NXT. I don't see the connection between him and the Tongans, but I guess you could try and make that work. Of course, Ash has her bludgies. She always has to have them. Crazy young bat. But anyway, well, thank you for that, Dave. Well, that being said, as we continue here with the Shenanigans, this was a great first hour of freelance conversation where we've truly talked anything. Well, guess what? The conversation keeps going as we're going to take a short commercial. Yes, Agent A, I see your hand up. What do you guys
When
say?
I saw that on the internet, I was just like, the audible gasp I made in my room when it was just like, wait, I recognize that jacket. I recognize that hair. I recognize that nickname. Hiromu's coming.
Just waiting for the countdown before the bomb explodes, basically.
Oh my God, I love Hiromu. He's my favorite Japanese wrestler of all time.
And fair enough.
All time.
Well, that being said, this may be everyone's favorite trailer of all time. When the Shenanigans return, we will continue forward with the conversation, and apparently Emmanuel decided to bring a super chat. More of the Shenanigans to come after this.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Hello, everybody. This is Joseph Sawyer, formerly known as Joe Gacy, and you're watching Simply Reliable Studios.
I always appreciate that. And as always, here at the Simply Reliable Studios, as that trailer shows, here we truly encompass, celebrate, engage, pontificate, analyze, criticize, and react to all the wrestling. And welcome back in here to the Saturday Shenanigans. I am your impromptu host for the evening, along with Rank Wrestling JJ Williams, Jeff Mudder from Meacham, Dave Scheffler, and our Canadian friend Ash. And apparently we decided to turn this into 4 corners and a Dave in the middle. That being said, Jeff, I do see your hand. I recognize you. What would you like to say?
Thought I was going to be recognized. Shouldn't that? Do we already have to do another promo? Because that's now GCW champion Joseph Sawyer, bitches.
Spoiler alert! What?
Yeah. Yeah, he defeated Atticus Cogar tonight.
Well, I'll be damned.
And we have new GCW tag team champions as well. Busta and the Brain were dethroned by Sam Stackhouse and KJ Orso.
So it finally happened. Man, they had a hell of a run. I'll tell you that much.
They did.
And it's funny because if you watch them after and you look at the post that Brett Lauderdale put out, it looks like that may be their farewell. Which would be interesting because I know they're promoted for a few more shows coming up, but it definitely looks like they may be on the down end of their GCW run because, yeah.
Interesting.
Well, we'll have to see how that evolves things going forward. And of course, as you saw in that trailer, next weekend is definitely going to keep us very involved. As Jeff pointed out at the very beginning, We have Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor, and we also have TNA Lockdown. For those that don't know, TNA Lockdown, they're bringing that back after over a decade. Virtually every match will take place inside a steel cage. To give you a little bit of an outlook towards both those cards, we have Bandido defending the Ring of Honor World Championship against Nick Wayne. Step DeLander challenges the Virtuous Dion Perazzo, your favorite Ash, Darling Castle, along with the Outrunners, my boys. They defend the Ring of Honor six-man tag team championships against the Lethal Twist. And Nigel McGuinness gets one last chance at the Ring of Honor Pure Championship against Lee Moriarty, if he's not injured to an extent that he can't compete, because, spoiler alert for those who didn't watch Collision, he was able to outlast the wrestler Katsuyori Shibata, but there will be an update regarding the Continental Cup this coming weekend's passing when it comes to the blind draws, as we now have our final 8. Also, Leo Rush, it's fine, everything's fine, will defend the Ring of Honor World TV Championship in a fight without honor against Action and Andretti. And of course, following Ring of Honor, Lethal Lockdown, here's your card. Your boy Kazarian is going one-on-one with Moose finally in an escape the cage match. Demon X Planet defends against the Elegance brand. Sid Alexander takes on Leon Slater. If Leon loses, his TNA history is white. So take that for what it is. And Chicago's Lonely in the Black challenges Zaya Brookside inside a steel cage match. And I imagine it will be for the Knockouts World Championship. That and more to come, and the system, is in Lethal Lockdown. Who didn't see that coming? That and so much more to come this upcoming weekend from TNA and ROH, just to bring y'all a little bit of an update on both those big shows.
Frankie, you have a beautiful wife, handsome child, great career.
Oh, here we
What's
go.
in front of you even?
Here we go.
What is wrong with you? The Angels won tonight, for God's sakes, Frankie.
Look, listen.
You have a life to live.
Listen, the face of the franchise of this generation TNA takes on one of the faces that was deemed the future of your TNA for the first time ever. Come on now.
Okay. Moose needs to know his role.
He doesn't know his role.
No, he's not the face of anything.
Yes,
Frankie
he is.
Kazarian, I will
He
come
has
over.
run
Yeah,
TNA
come over
since
there.
Kazarian went all
Make me
elite.
come over there.
No. You want to come over here? We'll argue about this all night. I don't care if JJ's referee. He ain't stopping me. All right? You know what I stand for in this TNA, all right? Your boy Kazarian had his golden moment, all right? He freaking instigated Moose because he couldn't keep his damn mouth shut. Now he's going to get tossed pillar to pillar across the steel cage, as he should be.
I agree with you that Frankie needs to not be instigating who he instigating, but if Moose is going to call his bluff, the King going to show him why.
Yeah, escape the cage. All he's got to do is spear him through the door, and Kazarian wins. At the end of the day, Moose is looking to break Kazarian in half, and I'm looking forward to this.
It's like, damn it, Frankie, the Angels are actually not the worst team in baseball. You have enough to live for.
For once.
For
what? Damn. For once.
Like you either. Damn it.
But yeah, stay tuned, folks. And we will be covering both of those shows and so much more this upcoming weekend before we go
And
all
as
in.
crazy as that weekend is, the following weekend will be even more knucking futs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
As we go
by the way,
And then we've got the weekend of 9, 11, 12, and 13, which is going to be knucking futs. And I already have our Spanish commentary team lined up for Triple Mania.
Well, that being said, let's go
Love
to the
that.
Mr. Play-by-Play of that team as he just joined us. He was, of course, your side-by-side analyst and play-by-play guy for GCW. Welcome in, of course, everybody. And by the way, congratulate him. He reached his milestone now of 300 subscribers at Rage of Wrestling. The Rage of Wrestling himself, Mr. Reliable, Walter Cruz. Walter,
Hey.
how are you? Good to see you, and congratulations.
Thank you. But holy, won't shut the fuck up, Batman. That call was crazy.
We're watching enough size.
More,
I was on the phone for 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah, seriously, he was on the phone during the main event.
Right.
As I'm calling the action, and then he's been on the phone the whole time until now. Like, and partner in crime for this show is a more fitting definition, because there were times when I was multitasking and not doing commentary and apologized because, I'm getting messages about setting up interviews and shit and trying to create graphics for promotional purposes, and Walter's doing the thing, and then there's times he's on the phone and I'm doing my thing. No. Get that down. It ain't about me tonight.
All right.
You know, it's about all of us.
Fair enough. All the Supposed Studios, all the wrestlers,
Of
all the people.
time.
That's gonna be the tagline of this show. And yes, Ash, I cringe as well.
Noah, you started that. Your ears are bleeding, aren't they?
Hey, you know what? Shout out to the Slagians for coming together during your simple session the other night, even if it was only virtually with Slagian D in the chat room while Slagian A was on screen. It's been a minute since the Slagians have been able to come together like the Wonder Twins and unite.
Yeah, well, soon one day they'll get together and they'll start their pop culture podcast. Stay tuned for more on that and follow the Till of the Day at Pop Culture Powerbomb, her new venture. And you can go check out the simple session in the archives this past weekend. Stay tuned for the next one, date and time to be determined, usually Thursday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see what this week brings. Continue.
But yeah, just I felt so bad about some of those matches, and Walter came in clutch carrying the load when I wasn't able to, and then there were times when we were tag teaming, then there were times I had to carry the load. It's good to have a team where everybody can kind of do the thing, you know what I mean? So
the flexibility and adaptability is key for any sort of environment to continue to thrive, much like my job and my team as we've been dealing with what's been happening. But together we strive. Well, that being said, thank you for that, JJ. And again, thank everybody that is tuning in so far. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, follow, comment, tell a friend. If you want to dictate the conversation, as always, Super Chat or PayPal of Passions. It's as simple as that. And Matt, we're doing very well tonight. And Safet bringing in the pop culture with the Star Wars reference. So there you go. But again, I don't follow either side. Never seen any of the movies, and I'm just not part of that culture.
That's a shame, man. You've at least got to watch the original trilogy.
No.
You have a dark side.
I will forgive you. Noah, listen, I will forgive you if you don't want to watch the prequels, the sequels, the little offshoots like Rogue One and Solo and the Ewok. Okay. I won't make you do that. You got to watch the original trilogy once. They're even releasing the original 1977 version to theaters next year for the anniversary, the 50th anniversary. If nothing else, go see that then.
No.
That's all I'm asking is the original trilogy, bro.
JJ, only you and me were around then. You were a year old, but I was a little bit older.
I think I was less than a year old because I'm an August baby. So I think the original movie was like May or June or
April of 77.
April, that's right.
Geez, I was 10 years
So
old.
I wasn't even a year old yet. So
I was an old 10 then. So.
And once again, from your friends at Disney, you're welcome for those re-releases.
My brother is May 4th, 1976. So imagine he's heard May 4th his whole life.
That's wild.
Well, what's also wild is the fact that, of course, again, I say age is just a number, but to JJ's point, it is his birthday month, and soon enough, he will be reaching his own milestone. Congratulations to you. All right.
Yes.
Well, that being
really quickly, since that came up, because I did mention it in the group chat, I didn't really get any feedback from it. So just on the air, does anybody object to doing Sunday brunch shenanigans next week? Because I do have plans the evening of my birthday, which would prevent me from being here for my birthday, which would prevent a birthday shenanigans show.
Yes.
Noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, like normal. Because I know you're going to ask what time.
Well, right, because I work at 3:30 Pacific on the back of the tram, so I can be there. I just have to probably dip out a little earlier.
That's fine.
I don't mind. I don't mind doing that because again, that allows me to sleep, and then again, it's the middle of the afternoon, and that's also prior, I believe, to Leaf Lockdown, which I think is on Sunday again versus Saturday, which again, Sunday shows at night still bug the living daylights out of me. But okay, that sounds
I get
fine.
sleep in too if you want. Guys want to happy, that's good for me. If you guys want me.
Lee, if you're watching and these are gone, don't blame me because these shits are nasty to me.
I hate those.
I just tried one and it's disgusting.
Oh, you don't like a good cream pie, Walter?
Well, I got 3 kids, so I think I do, but
And on that note, I'm just gonna say the Little Debbie treats, your own assortment. I'm just gonna stick with zebra cakes and leave it at that. All right. Well, thank you for that random tangent.
You talk
Hold on,
about
we gotta
kids,
get-
Walter. I have a second grandchild due in 9 days, but I talked to my son tonight, and my daughter-in-law swears she thinks she's going to be ready by the middle of the night to go to the hospital.
Damn.
Jesus.
Damn, talk about calling your own time right there.
Call your shot, Gauntlet.
Well, I mean, we know we have a casino gauntlet coming up at AEW All In, and MJF is number 2 and Andrade's number 1.
We're
So-
talking about August 23rd, yes? Just to be clear?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay, right now I'm currently not scheduled. So I'll
Cool.
keep you
Woohoo.
updated this Tuesday.
All right,
Yes,
sounds
thank
good.
you.
As you always do. All
Because
right,
next
well,
Saturday, the 22nd, is my birthday, but I'm
That's
going
right.
to be going to a show that evening.
good on you.
So, as we are sponsoring Jasmine Allure for the show, we get a front row seat for said show.
Nice.
So, get to sit front row and watch the person we're sponsoring wrestle. So,
You're watching top tier talent,
So-
though. Something.
JJ, you
and
must.
that show is actually going to be in Anaheim.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
So that Saturday night, I'm off at 8:30. Where in Anaheim are we at?
I'll send you the location. Show starts at 8.
Okay.
So,
Well,
I mean, you can get there late, but you
yeah.
can
So
still meet
yeah,
up there.
yeah. 8:30 means I clock out at 8:10, and if it's not too far. I also say this: you must unlearn what you learned from your last birthday at a wrestling show, and don't come home with freaking shredded beef for a chest.
If I were to, it would be shredded beef by nothing but women. Because
you
the
wait
show
till
is Future of Women's Wrestling, which is an all women's promotion.
Correct.
So if I came home with a chest of shredded beef, all the women would have been doing it. And wherein lies the problem there, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Okay, so you wait till I get there with my camera.
So story time for Uncle Dave, not the one from NorCal.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Story time for Uncle Dave, since he did ask what happened.
Yes.
Many, many moons ago, and we're talking like 15 years at least, 14, 15 years.
Yeah.
Jeff and I were going to a company called Battleground Pro Wrestling that ran out of Garden Grove, California.
Yeah.
We would take 2 buses to get there every month. And we were basically their social media ambassadors before social media ambassadors were a thing.
Yes.
We were promoting their matches. We were filming their matches. We were posting them on YouTube to gain recognition and traction. We were interviewing their talent. And so for my birthday one year, since we had become very, very friendly with the crew, I was baptized by the locker room, which means my shirt came off. I got posted up in the corner, and the locker room ran through chopping me.
Oh, jeez.
Each person took their turn on me, and I will never say an ill thing about any of these guys or girls, because Ruby Reyes was one of them, because every single one of them, knowing I was not a worker, if I said, give me a second, they gave me a second to get a couple of breaths, kind of get myself together before they took their turn on me.
They did.
Every single one of them was willing to give me that if I needed it, and I only needed it once or twice with the entire locker room.
Yeah.
There were even 2 guys. Back then, they were called the Suburban Commandos. Now they wrestle as the Stoner Brothers, a play off the Steiner Brothers,
Yes.
who were known for straight up and down chops. And if you flinched, they then gave you 2 for flinching.
Yep.
I did not flinch when they gave me their chops.
He did not.
So you'll see I have an image somewhere. I'll try to find it while we're on the air and upload it. But you'll see my chest is red as hell, like right here. And then you'll see like 2 handprints up and down from when they got me.
Holy Christ.
I I have never felt worse for a human being for all the right reasons, and I have never not wanted to step in a wrestling ring ever again after seeing that. It was a sight, and that was the same year that my then 3 or 4 year old son, who I didn't start up to the business because I'm an idiot, saw me get taken out by a pair of Russian brothers and was inconsolable in Uncle Statboy's arms for a few minutes. So yeah, not a good summer for the Casa D team boys as far as their physical
Russian brothers.
That's happened to me, that chap thing, but it was only 6 people that did it to me.
Oh
but it was
no,
all back to back.
no, it was a good dozen or more with Jay.
That's definitely an upgrade from getting spanked though for as many years as you're alive.
Well, again, next weekend, if it's spanking, just wait till I get there.
Yeah.
Well then.
Yeah, nice big new camera on the phone. So
well, nothing's going to compare to what either Dragunov's chest looked like against Gunther back in NXT UK when he challenged him for the
JJ's
NXT
chest
UK
did.
championship.
JJ, find the picture, brother. I'm telling you, JJ's chest was right up there with Dragunov's, man. It was fugly.
I'll take your word
by
for
fire,
it.
man.
All right, I'll take your word for it. Well, anyway, of course, there you go.
Oh my God.
Okay, yeah. So it's pretty much right there, folks. Again, avert your eyes if you don't want to see that.
Is that me in the background?
Yes.
That is you in the background.
Oh my God. God, looks so much better now. Fucking. Well, so does Jacob. That's a low bar compared to looking better then now to then. For both of us.
Well,
wow.
So,
time
yeah,
heals
there
all
you
wounds,
go.
I suppose. But there you go.
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Well, you know,
Me
this is
neither.
the same pair that had a wrestlers bring a kendo stick into the house and each took one to the back just to see what it was like. It's like, all right, one and done. Cool. Yeah, cool.
But yeah, so if I had that done next week, it would be probably about a dozen, maybe 15 women doing it.
And again, you can go follow Future Women's Wrestling, of course, on the social media to learn more about the promotion and the incredible talent that will be taking part in that show, as well as the incredible talent that has been involved in that show during their wrestling journey.
Or
to camera.
you can just tune in to us on Tuesday as we will be talking to the promoter Manuel Fabian just ahead of the show.
Well, there you go. Future Women's Wrestling. Again, folks, subscribe today and follow us at SR Studios 24 and be part of the conversation.
What time is that at, Jay?
They do for
8
interviews.
Eastern, 5 Pacific.
I'll be home in time for that. What do you know? Yeah. Oh, wait, no, I won't.
Y'all been doing the work, so good on you. Again, I'm glad to see you both getting back in that routine that you first talked to me about that you used to do. It's a beautiful thing to see. All right.
Just wait till the end because I'm going to go before Jay with the announcements, but we both have some doozies to lay on you guys. Don't worry.
Oh yeah. Like I teased during the watch along.
Yes.
That is one of 4 interviews that we have to announce.
Yes.
Nice.
During the course of the show, if the talent can get back to me about a day, we may have a 5th to announce because I'm just waiting for date confirmation from 3 other people, one of whom I've been having active conversation with while Walter and I were on the air.
Nice.
So I may have a 5th to announce, and then it's just a matter of setting up the dates with 2 other people.
All right, then. Look at
Every
you.
day
Again.
we hustling.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the only way you get ahead in this life sometimes.
Only way, brother.
Even I understand that. All right. Well, that being said, thank you for that, JJ and Dave. Thank you for that sub tangent. And always, Jeff, thank you for the additional history. Oh, yeah, by the way, that's Ash's new catch. He talked all about it on the Simple session.
Here, pussy.
We might have to get rid of her, sadly.
Oh, how come?
So my dad came to visit today, and then just out of the blue, she decided to attack my dad and bite his face.
Oh.
Which shows again, folks, there's nothing more scary than angry pussy in this world.
Yep.
Well,
Damn it, Jeff. You fucking idiot.
I'm so glad.
Sam Stackhouse and KJ Orso just like that. I said, now when you guys grant us the interview, you'll have
Well,
the gold.
anyway, thank you for that, JJ, for taking the line. Superman approved. All right, before we get to Emmanuel's super chat, there might be a conversation in itself. Ash, you've been hoping to paint the town orange, as I was talking about earlier, so I'm going to put you on the spot real quick.
Hold on, let me get the doll. Let me get the doll. Let me get the doll.
All right, hurry. You're right.
Oh,
Just gotta
visual
get that
aids. Here
doll.
we go. Okay.
Visual aids.
Show
Look
and
at-
tell with Ash.
She is
Show and
straight
tell.
running, y'all.
Show and
Like-
tell with Ash. And
I
again,
can't run
folks,
like that anymore. It's slow motion for me.
I'm
I
about to say,
never was able to run like that.
I can't run, but I can walk halfway across the city if need be. I've walked through tundras just to get my taxes done or have
Everyone's
my
chasing
job
me. I
still.
can run.
Anyway, that being said, again, stay tuned, folks. Simmons Brand Conjunction with Bad for Wrestling. We'll be covering the G1 Climax Finals match some point later this Sunday. I probably will be like 3, if not like 6 p.m. Standard Time. But I mean, I don't have to even ask you, Ash, who you're hoping to see win, so I don't even have to put you on the spot.
We're gonna paint the town orange, motherfuckers.
Freaking young punk.
Yes.
Wouldn't expect anything less from her. But I had to get her, of course, to share her batty take on that because
The town orange.
but the better version of a terrible towel, I suppose. Anyway, good luck to Rhea, Oiwa, and Uya Marin. Stay tuned, folks, for our coverage. And next double session, we'll have our own batty outtake on the G1 Climax. Figured I'd bring that up a little bit, considering everybody's getting involved here. Everyone's got their own outlooks on wrestling and their own passions and their own creatures. So how to get
Also,
Ash's.
I don't mind a good heat storm either, so I'm okay with either.
I mean, either way, we're in for our first time winners, so we both win. Again, New Japan actually pushing the next generation. Why? We're trying to see if someone actually evolves, but NXT might actually give some hope for the future. And we'll see if Raw can follow suit what SmackDown's been doing lately with this rising crop of talent, especially the women's division, as well as a better continuous show across the board. And we'll see if they can keep following suit. That being said, thank you, Ash. All right, well, that being said, let's go ahead and look at Emmanuel's super chat here. Everyone could give like a piece to this because I feel like here we have our own booking room that's better than the entire production staff of WWE. Emmanuel with $2 super chat, and keyword $2, so let's not try and go all night. Garnett, your dream commentators in a 4-hour show. So AEW pay-per-view. Okay, so let's see here. Good evening, my board. Let's go ahead and put down now what we're going to produce for the show. So, of course, the voices here. I mean, thinking about current voices today, it's hard to argue, of course, what Michael Cole has brought forward and trying to connect every audience, both casual and hardcore. But I think about voices of wrestling that also captivate with an energy unlike any other. If I can book the show in Canada, Maranello. So I have Maranello as my play-by-play guy. As far as color, you need somebody that brings that balance of their own personality, as well as an outlook and dynamic of the characters. I honestly, right now, either would put Matthew Raywat or Don Callis in that spot, because I do believe there's a better outlook on a wrestling show with 2 people in a booth than 3, unless you truly can make 3 work, with one being a babyface focus analyst and a heel face focus analyst, while not overshadowing the play-by-play guy. So that's my outlook on the commentary. Now, as far as, of course, talent here, thinking about, key dynamics that you want to see compete maybe in the ring for the first time ever, the outlook of the card. Ash, what is one of those technical outcome matches you haven't seen yet that you would love to see in wrestling?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
What's a match you want to see in wrestling with your love for the bloody techers? What's a match you haven't seen yet that would scream that, why is this happening yet? I would book it on this show. With any 2 people.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Shit, I can't think of any right now. Like, for me, if I were like talking commentators, you gotta put Nigel McGuinness on there. Like, goddamn, because he's like my favorite part of Collision.
That's fair.
Young talk.
I'll go wrestle. I'll take Nigel McGuinness all day as long as he's not having those frosty tips anymore. Okay, I don't need another freaking Guy Fieri hairstyle.
Yeah. Right? Like, I'm just gonna put it out there. Like, god damn, did Nigel McGuinness get better with age?
Well, again, age is just a number, but that's also an outlook right there. So, all right. I mean, seriously, Emmanuel, $2, you're not getting too much out of that. $20, you probably would actually get a full show booked, all right? But we're also not going 4 hours. I'm still holding us to the 2-hour mark. Simple as that.
I would love to hear like a commentator team of like how Nigel McGuinness and Mauro Ranallo would be like.
just book it for the freaking O2 in Glasgow, why don't you? Of course, Glasgow, Scotland will play to the blind matches we'll see for the Continental Cup. And now we know we have Kyle Castagnoli, John Moxley, Kyle O'Reilly, Nigel McGuinness, maybe, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, Eddie Kingston. Quite a dynamic field up in. Of course, those will be turned into blind draws for our 4 matches, and that's if Nigel can't compete, of course. As John Moxley continues to defend the Continental Championship, but once he loses, if he loses, he's no longer Continental Champion.
And this is a tournament right now, right?
Correct.
My God, this is tailor made for me. Like, what the fuck?
And he's in the tournament first round. But my dream commentating team with Brett Lauderdale allowing me and JJ to call GCW like in an actual GCW event, like for his thing, letting us do the commentary.
I can see you both doing it. Honestly, you've called GCW this long, so I mean.
And then you gotta book Coffee, like Joe Coffee versus Cappuccino Jones, so I can make all the coffee puns.
I don't know about that. I don't agree about saying unless you gotta bring in Starbucks endorsement. You're doing the show in freaking Seattle. I don't know if we need that. I'm just saying. Hello, Lily. All right. With that being said, thank you. Jeff, I mean, again, you've been a voice of wrestling for as long as I've come to know you as a friend, since I discovered No DQ and you and your wonderful personality since 2017. Looking at the world of commentary right now and how important the art of play-by-play as well as storytelling from character dynamics in the ring, if you were to bring together a commentary team based on commentators of today, who would they be?
Well, I thought we were going to just do like one match or whatever, but if we're sticking to commentary.
I think we'll just do commentary because it's $2. And plus, it was the first part with Super Chat. I think it's easier for everybody.
That's fair. So my commentary team would always be Morrow on play-by-play. That's just what I would want. And I would put him back together with Corey Graves.
Oh, wow.
I think Corey is even now still underrated as an analyst. I think when he's reined in enough where he's not going full heel, he makes a great pairing, and putting with Morrow would be probably the least dangerous. Michael Cole, leans back more toward that baby face. Thank God he got away from that heel nonsense.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, we don't. We do talk about Bruno again because D23 this weekend, and I'll tell you all guys that
cheap
later.
Plug.
Very cheap plug.
Damn, I should have worn my "We Don't Talk About Bruno" shirt.
You should have. That's fair. But yeah, Morrow and Corey. I was gonna say if it was gonna be a match, Mercedes Moné against Davina Rose in AEW.
Yeah.
I know, Jay. I know.
That was the real deal State Phil, by the way, taking it to the CEO. Girl's got just as much attitude as that freaking conglomerate bitch.
And again, I still maintain what we said on Tuesday, that Bailey's just ruffling the feathers.
I think so, too.
If she's not, fucking let me have that match once in the AEW banner, just so we can not have the hugger face off with her former best friend.
Top what they did at freaking Takeover Respect. And again, Walter and I still have to do our Takeover run, taking over the Cinema Studios with the Black Gold NXT's greatest shows. But stay tuned for more on that. Eventually it will happen, but that's going to be a whole long-term schedule, considering there's 36 of them. All right.
Yes.
But thank you, Jeff. And Bailey, of course, by the way, also just took up the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, by the way, and called out several of her fellow participant Lone Stone sisters, of course, fellow rising female talents in the wrestling business, including not limited to Super P, Dynamite, Danny Moe, and also shout out to Gabby Forza, by the way, who also was part of Lone Stone, of course, now newly signed to TNA Wrestling. The Nomi, yes. And of course, congratulations to her, now part of the TNA Knockouts roster.
I got to connect with Rebel on the Jericho Cruise. We stayed in contact after that, and that was 5 years ago. And this whole thing is really hit me hard. What's going on with her, and she's such a fucking badass in fighting this. So good on Rebel. I can't wait to just engage. I'm so fucking proud of her. And everybody's coming together because God damn it, that's what it should be. Kevin Owens said it on the post show. This something's bigger in wrestling.
Amen. All right, well, thank you for that. Dave, dream commentary team. If you could bring 2 people together in the commentary booth, who would they be?
I want to say also prayers to Rebel too. As much as I hate cancer, it's hit my family. I think ALS is so much worse, because
Especially 'cause it has no cure yet.
There is no cure. It's a terrible disease. But my dream commentators, if we're talking about today, I still like Michael Cole, and who for my heel commentator, I like Taz, and I know they've done it in the past, but I love Taz. I think Taz
SmackDown team
wins a lot. And I do have a fantasy match. I know they were talking about Car. He was talking about Car, but my fantasy match, if you can mix AEW, WWE, and whatever, would be Will Ospreay against Javon Evans.
Whoa!
Oh, my Lanta. Let's go.
Possible. Us Cutter, the freaking OG Cutter challenging each
Well,
other.
that'd be a great match. I love Javon Evans. I don't care how young he is. I love him. I think it's fresh. It's fresh for watching him.
That's fair, and I respect that, especially considering, again, Will Ospreay wants to be the ace of AEW, the next generation. Javon Evans, the youngest to possibly be the guy of the next generation. Appreciate that. Thank you. All right, that's JJ as it can. He probably has a point to add to that. We'll let JJ speak next. JJ, go ahead, and then your dream commentary team and maybe a dream matchup.
Yeah, I was going to say, can I just tweak that match just a smidge, Dave, and make it Ospreay and Fletcher versus Evans and Slater?
Ooh, that'd be sweet.
If Fletcher and Ospreay were ever to come back together, good Lord.
Well, that's why it's a dream match, goddammit.
Well, yeah, and yeah, no ladders, just tag match. Just let them do their thing.
But,
don't be any gimmicks.
You don't need a ladder.
Man. Oh man, yes.
But for my dream match, one is technically out right now, but we know she will be coming back at some point. But give me Megan Bayne and Bianca Belair.
Oh,
interesting dynamic there. I
Oh
mean,
my
again, all
God, that's a whole lot of powerful women right there. Goddamn.
Well,
Now you know why I asked for it, Ash. You know exactly why I asked for it.
I mean, again, Megan Bayne is a literal stallion of this business, and I love what her and Lena Cross do as Divine Dominion. I can't wait for these birds to fight against them in the UK.
I mean, I'd prefer to see Megan and Beth Copeland.
Yeah.
But she's retired, so you know.
Yeah, she actually is retired.
But my commentary team, and this has to be current commentators.
I would say, I mean, it's Dream. Like, go wild.
Dream.
Give me Mike Tenay and CM Punk.
Ooh, that's a shout.
The voice of TNA and, of course, CM Punk. As long as he doesn't have the Diet Soda spilled, seems untouchable on the microphone.
I mean, you think about that little bit of time when Punk was on commentary there.
Yeah.
He fucking owned the booth.
He did.
And Tenay is the professor.
Tenay is
So
definitely.
you put the professor with the straight edge savior and all of the knowledge that Punk has. I just think it would be gold.
Dude, I almost I would never take Don West away from that pairing in TNA, but man, Punk on those TNA calls, if he wasn't, getting freaking cheese grated by Raven in the Gathering. If he wasn't busy getting his ass handed to him,
what it was.
But in fairness, I don't think Punk was at that level
no.
then to where he would have been that good. When he did it during the SES days,
yes,
perfect timing.
Well,
even after that.
Yeah, because Punk that was on commentary was injured right before he joined or created the new Nexus, and right before we went into that 2011 freaking launch pad for him. So he was very much, I'm hurt and I can't do what I need to do or I want to do. I'm going to show these motherfuckers I can still do this better than anybody, which was part of the pipe bomb promo. Yeah, dude, and he was ready. He was ready to have that mic turn on and like, all right, let's go. So yeah, that CM Punk and Mike Tenay, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Derek, comment on that real quick, saying like CM Punk's commentary work on NXT season 3, so underrated.
So underrated.
Dude, for real, yeah.
I
To
will
be
say
fair-
this: NXT season 3 in its entirety is underrated because, oh my god, as bad as that show was, there was some hidden gems on that show.
No,
Now
yeah.
you're just talking about the wrestlers either.
No, NXT when it was still a competition show, you've gotta weed through the caca, but some of it's really good.
I endured everything about that, and I can attest to the hidden gems that did come out of that. When it
That
came
was
to the
Fat Boys
mentor,
NXT.
the mentor competitor dynamic. Oy vey.
And I only say that because it was more like a reality competition.
It was a reality competition.
And
There's a
anybody
reason
that
why it's
knows
referred to
Fat
as
Boy,
Game Show NXT.
if anybody knows Stat Boy, they know how much he loved his reality shows.
Yeah.
That's why that was Stat Boy's NXT. Not really, but I'm just making a joke because we
I
know
get it.
your NXT and my NXT. That was his NXT.
I get it.
Fucking Walter, we don't need to ask you why that comment is there. Lola and Naomi and Nikita Lyons. We know exactly why you want that triple threat.
Freaking mine in the gutters as Walter's the only one left, but let the chat speak
And
for
that's,
itself.
Yeah.
That's not
We don't
really
need to
a
ask.
dream
We
match
know
because
why.
that can actually happen.
It can.
A dream match is something that probably won't happen because of cross promotions and shit.
It's matches I dream about at night. Okay.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Everywhere.
And you'll probably be dreaming about that one on the couch tonight because Lee's in the chat. So
And now he's dreaming.
Freaking idiot. All right. Well, anyway, thank you for that little sub-tangent, Emmanuel. And again, the outlook of wrestling, like I said, it really comes down to what can be possible versus what may not be possible. But you never know. Again, never say never really does apply to anything in the wrestling business. We've been shocked and awed before. We're just waiting to see who crosses the line next, who shows up to be all elite, or who somehow rises in the WWE scene that may not be Samoan. Unlike Zula Fatu, who crushed Grayson Waller.
So fucking happy for Zilla. He
Took
was
it long
one of the
enough.
Ottawa boys that was not supposed to make it.
Took it long enough. Damn, the damn guy was sitting in my section at freaking SummerSlam in 2024.
Fuck right he was.
And when I was at Backlash in May, that's all the talk was. Zilla was in Tampa. Zilla was in Tampa. Me,
Yep.
Gino, and Matthew were saying, "Is he showing tonight? Is he showing?"
I finally did.
all I'm gonna say is Nostradamus over here.
Yeah.
Because anybody that was in Monday night's post Raw space, which I'm not sure if you were, Ash, you're probably the only one that would have been.
I sadly was not.
Okay. They were joking about, oh, and thank you for not mentioning Zilla Fatu to Dylan, who, not your Dylan, who is a guy who loves bringing up, oh, do you think so-and-so is going to debut soon? When is this person going to leave? Contracts, blah, blah, blah. And so I grabbed the microphone. And I was like, all right, well, since you're thanking him for not bringing up Zilla, I'm going to bring him up real quick because he just lost the Crown Jewel title.
He did.
You've got Grayson Waller and Mike Santana about to go fighting each other. Cruz, Montana, whatever.
Yeah,
Mike
about to say.
Santana about to go fighting each other. Both need the victory. Grayson just came back down to NXT. If you want him to be taken seriously, he needs the win. Santana just debuted there. If you want him to be taken seriously as a main eventer, he needs to win. They're fighting each other for contendership. I was like, so what are the odds that Zilla comes in here and screws Santana? Because they've got history going back to House of Glory.
Yeah.
What happens? Zilla comes in, Super Samoan drop onto Santana, match gets thrown out. I'm like,
so JJ,
thank you.
So JJ, you had them thanking you or not thanking you, and what you could say was, "You're welcome."
What can I say except you're welcome?
Non-copyright. But anyway, Silva 2 is finally in the WWE after so many people talked about what if, when, and he didn't have to show up in a freaking hoodie. He just came out blasting freaking Santana and Waller and screwing that main event. Someone tells me we're going to be in for a fatal four-way probably for the NXT Championship now.
When Red told him good luck, Karrion Cross style, TikTok.
Right?
Accurate.
Yes.
Is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Is it Wednesday? Is it Friday?
Yep.
When is it? Because it is coming.
Tuesday nights. It was
And
Tuesday
there
night.
he was. The
And then
Tuesday
again-
Night Delight, Zillify 2, baby.
And again, Jay, if y'all want to stop bitching about the bloodline, y'all need to ship them off to China where there's birth control and parenting control. Because as long as they keep fucking, we gonna keep having a bloodline. All right, I'm just saying.
And the fact that twins run in their damn family.
I'm saying.
Well,
I still think they're also teasing Enzo too, because for the last like 3 weeks, Wilder keeps calling the damn locker room soft. The fact that he keeps using that word over and over again.
So I hope for Cass's sake that Enzo does show up, because right now, man, people are farting in church on Cass, man. It is
All he's
not
doing is
happening.
attacking mid-Carter. That's all he's doing.
It is
He's
so...
not just attacking mid-carders, he's attacking small guys. He's not even going after
the problem
big
with
guy
that is,
mid-carders.
on the left there, this is not Brock Lesnar in 2002. This is somebody coming back. Like,
Well, it's
again,
like you're right, though, Jeff. It's a fart in the wind right now because
and again,
he
it's
needs to
another,
be with Cass.
it's another problematic storyline thread on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, again, the problems on Raw become the solutions in SmackDown. When one show thrives, the other one freaking just sputters along. And now we got the opposite effect here between Kevin Owens, CM Punk, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, the women's division, all three tiers for the championships. Even the mid-card 6-woman feud with Tam Paxley now part of the SmackDown brand, with Charlotte against Jade and her baddies.
Ooh, I got another dream match.
Ooh, okay.
This one's just gonna piss Jeff off though.
Oh fuck, here we go.
Could I get Mercedes versus Candice LeRae in an exploding ring death match?
You're a bastard for that one.
Candice is crazy enough to do it. Candice is crazy enough to do it. That sounds like Candice.
Okay. So I will allow that, and I'll tell you why.
Okay,
because the image of fucking Johnny planked in the middle of the ring for no goddamn good reason will pop me for it.
Hey, JJ, I don't know if you go back, but it sounds like a match from Celebrity Deathmatch.
It really does. Good Lord. What the hell? He's trying to kill Monet. I don't think Monet's ever touched a death match in her life.
I think he's trying to kill Candice first.
First of all, I'm
Candice
not
is
trying to
hardcore.
kill
We know she
either
can handle
one of
that.
them. I'm not trying to kill either one of them. I don't
Are you
wish
sure about
death on anybody.
You're sure about that?
I don't
Well,
wish
fool
death.
me.
Noah, I don't wish death on anybody, but I would not shed a tear if either one of them left this realm of existence. I'm just saying.
At least the career.
You're a strange, cruel man.
But no. I would advocate for that match if the special attraction was Gargano just fucking planked the whole match in the middle of the ring. It's for no goddamn good reason.
Since February, I think.
I think so too. And you know what? He's getting okay. This is where you get a little like crick in your neck, like ow, with the WWE. He's more over than he ever fucking was, and it's like, no.
You know what's gonna be funny when Sammy snaps more.
Gargano,
Sammy
I'm gonna
snaps more, and he blames Gargano, and he drops him off of that plank, and it'll probably wake him up.
Right,
JJ.
I'm gonna steal Psycho Jet Black for a second. Planking Johnny Gargano is more over than Austin Theory.
And speaking of chats, we'll go ahead, Safed's chats. Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
You're both wrong on so many levels for that. I don't care what anyone tells me. Sky Blue was born hardcore out of the womb. Sky Blue and Candice the freaking.
I love Sky Blue.
Oh, we love Sky Blue.
I love
right
Sky
now.
Blue.
It's a hardcore match I want to see.
Yo, hell, I co-sign on that because oh my god, that'd be amazing to watch.
I mean, again, I dig crazy bitches like
freaking
that.
love Candice. Oh my gosh, like Candice means a lot to me. I'm gonna be real with you because I thank God I found Candice when I did.
But remember, Ash, I don't like Candice personally.
He still lets personal emotions rule his judgment.
Yeah. And to make JJ smile before we address the next super chat, I will say, Jay, I've been wandering through the Walmarts trying to see what new releases are coming out. Or what? Jesus Christ!
Is that Shelly?
Yep, that's how.
Yeah, before
Yeah,
they went
yeah.
all elite.
That's
Gargano,
how
what
long this
happened?
fucker's been planking. Alex Shelley was still a WWE employee. Anyway.
As were the new Joe Gacy was still a WWE employee.
So, but yeah, Candace's whole expression encapsulates. Yeah, Candace's whole expression encapsulates two things. One, what I think about Johnny Gargano planking all these months, and what JJ feels about Candace. So there you go.
Right.
But I will say,
Let
as far as the
me quiz you
Walmart,
guys. Let me
you'll be
quiz
happy
you
to know,
guys.
Jay.
What was
that,
Johnny Gargano's last match?
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Oba Femi crushing him in 5 minutes, but to Jeff's point,
Bingo.
I feel like I should be planking at this point. This is ridiculous.
So, but yeah, it's one of those. You go to Walmart, nothing but Candice LeRae and the toy shelves. Nobody's buying her. So there you go.
Yeah.
She hasn't wrestled.
Okay, look. This is the only time I'm gonna say it where it's documented on camera, on timestamp it. If you find it cheap enough on clearance, buy one for me.
It's so funny because I did buy two. One of them was for you. So
because of our past history with her, I would like to have a figure.
Absolutely.
Just like I have a figure of the dumb fucks in storage.
That's right.
Okay, ask my girlfriend to use her Walmart discount for working there.
We've got one.
I've got an autographed Frankie Kazarian right here in front of me.
Yes, you do.
I've got a Scorpio Sky in storage.
I'm just ready.
I
for
would
Moose
take a figure of her,
right,
because of our history.
Yeah.
At least you know. At least you're being continuous. I mean,
Yeah,
there you go.
I'm fair if nothing else.
Yeah.
Fair.
No, I love.
If I
love
put
all the-
money into the Young Bucks' pockets willingly,
Yeah, you did.
I can do the same thing for her.
Absolutely.
And I've said on multiple spaces, I know Ash has heard this. If they ever release action figures of them in those Sergeant Pepper outfits from All In a couple of years ago, I'm buying multiples. Well,
sure.
Because I'm keeping one of each in the box. I'm opening one of each. I'm sending my dad one of each because he's a huge Beatles fan. He's the reason I'm a Beatles fan. I am buying multiples of those.
Shit, we'll send Riff one.
The ship then sailed on that.
About to say, the biggest Beatles fan in No DQ, so you got to No DQ. If you haven't already, subscribe today to Aaron Ripp's YouTube channel. But yeah,
Which
I mean,
we're broadcasting on, as well as the X account for Aaron Ripp.
and again, if you haven't already,
Thank you for that,
subscribe, give it a thumbs up. Simple as that. But again, bottom line, Gargano, you got to find the freaking curve in your spine again and remind us why you're Johnny Wrestling some point in the future. I'm just saying.
He will.
I'm hopeful. I mean, again, Ciampa, his shadow knows his story, and we see what Ciampa is doing, having the time of his life. Crazy psychopath. That being said, this has been a wild time, and I think we're getting close to what I'm going to call the freaking deadline. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and run our trailer one more time, and when we return, we will get ready to conclude and bid y'all fine adieu as the shenanigans continue. Stay tuned.
And now for a taste of things to come.
Hello, everybody. This is Joseph Sawyer, formerly known as Joe Gacy, and you're watching Simply Reliable Studios.
The champ is there. Ba-bump, ba-bump. The champ is there.
Indeed. Thank you to Joseph Sawyer again for his time and for that ringing endorsement. Now the new, of course, GCW champion. And as always, the trailer shows here at the Simply Reliable Studios, we truly encompass, embrace, celebrate, pontificate, analyze, criticize, react to all the wrestling. And welcome back in here to say Shenanigans as we get ready to wrap up and approach our conclusion. Again, I've been the host for this evening's freelance conversation of fuckery, but it's actually been quite enjoying with the regular wrestling JJ Williams, Jeff Meacham, Dave Scheffler, our Canadian friend Ash, and Mr. Reliable Walter Cruz. All right, so before we get the F out of here, let's go ahead and tell people how they can find us before they bid them on find I do. But before that, I did notice Emmanuel bring in another super chat of miscellaneous demeanor. So I think it's only fitting that I let Mr. Employee address this one personally. Jeff?
You wrong for that. You wrong for that. Did Simba sing to the gods for his father's death? No. Did you not watch that scene? Dude, anybody in this room that's a father now or even has somebody in a father-like figure too, I defy you to watch that post-stampede scene and not have your guts torn out.
Accurate. I can even attest
That's
to that.
how our hearts get fucked up, JJ. That is unacceptable amounts of tragedy for that.
You
poor
wonder
girl.
why we all grew fucked up. We had to witness Mufasa die, Bambi die. Disney fucked us all up with it when we were little. Somebody always dies.
You know, and again, I can't defend the company on that because you go back and look at these movies retroactively, they either fucked us up with sadness and trauma or there was some twisted shit going on. You go ahead. If you are a fan of horrific scene, and you know what? I thought about that as you said that, and you're not wrong. He did speak into existence. He was a little boy. He didn't know better, and he almost got eaten by hyenas right after he sang that damn song because he was trying to ditch the bird. So yeah, it is what it is. Fucking Zazu. Hey, you know what? If you were trying to run away from Mr. Bean, you do anything you could. All right, just throwing that shit out there. Mr. Bean's a fucking crazy person. If you don't know, you're too young for the room.
Well, again, we all once was young and stupid. Now, whether or
That's
not we're
right.
still blank and stupid, that remains to be seen. Our own judgment calls. But that being said, thank you, Jeff. Also, Emmanuel, you're wrong also for that too. Even I was once a wee lad. Literally, I freaking showed my heart out to that, even though my heart mostly is closed in black. Speaking of black heart, shout out to Julia Hart. Tremendous run in the Stardom 5-star Grand Prix. 8 points overall, 4 wins, 1 loss. Got her last win via submission with the Heartless submission hold. I love the fact that AEW really allows their talent to explore themselves as wrestlers and characters with their partners with these excursion calls and the likes of Pro Wrestling Eve, where Sky Blue looks to go hardcore and looks for a title there in August. Stay tuned for more on that, Eve vs. the World, right here on YouTube and Pro Wrestling Eve. And Julia Hart right now has been on excursion through Stardom's grand tournament of the year. Tremendous run. Well, that being said, this also has been a great run of a random call. It truly goes to show you can bring a wrestling conversation out of nothing. Let's go ahead and get the F out of here because there you go. Thank you, JJ. Let's go ahead and get the F out of here because I'm tired as F and I got more important things to think about outside New Japan Pro Wrestling, including church in the morning. Thank you all so much. Dave, been a pleasure. Glad you were part of the Shenanigans. I hope that it's not your only time. You're welcome here as far as I'm concerned, whether I'm host and whether JJ is moderating. Birdman, tell where the people can find you.
Well, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on No DQ, our sister station, and with our buddy Aaron, who's been nice enough to lend some other people's his personal YouTube channel, and we appreciate him, and it's gotten us all together, and I've gotten to meet all you wonderful people, and now getting to meet recently Ash out of the Simply Reliable Studios. It's been a pleasure, and you can find me also on Mean Gino, Major Push Wrestling on Wednesday nights. He does a great job. He's building a good station with his show, and again, I appreciate you guys having me and getting to test out my new little system here with my new MacBook, and at least it worked. And there's no virtue, as they say on No DQ, no virtue awards tonight.
Yeah, you were working 100% proficiently, so congratulations and shout out to our friend Papadino at the Papadino Network. Subscribe today, Papadino 0017, where he brings the major push in and out wrestling to Rocket League, or brings his own breakdown on prediction leagues with me. Cheers, brother. And again, congrats on the engagement. Thank you, Dave. All right, Ash. Again, we're not calling the G1 Climax Finals together, but we will offer our own Batty outtake on the next simple session. I'm looking forward to that and challenging your Monopoly knowledge. But outside of that, where can people find you in and out of the spaces and what you've been up to?
You can find me on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, at ShadowBadAsh. Sometimes in the spaces. Like, I'm not always in the spaces, but I'm actually starting to talk a lot more in the spaces. So you can catch me there. And subscribe to my YouTube channel at Batty for Wrestling. Don't be a dickhead.
Dickhead. All right. Thank you so much for that. I look forward to our next conversation. All right. Walter, again, congratulations on your milestone, but I am going to read last rites to you and to Mrs. Liver. But go ahead still, though. You got one milestone done. Time to work on the next one. Where can people find and engage with you?
Find me on YouTube at Rage of Wrestling, on the Instagram at walter.cruz.940, and on the X, where we also stream those watch-alongs, but not all of them, which is why you should subscribe to the YouTube channel. But it's at Walter Alex Cruz.
That's simple enough. And again, Tim Nueves probably need to update that graphic, as she is the NWA World Women's Champion. Get it, got it, win. Damn it. Every week. Every effing week, you sons of bitches.
I'm going to deduct 10 minutes.
I'm this close to cutting myself off this feed. I didn't do that.
Do it.
He said he was going to reboot.
Yeah, he said he got a reboot. Anyway, you're lucky I'm going to stay around at least for the conclusion. That being said, JJ, while you push that button, I'm sure, let's go ahead and plug Jeff first and foremost, your brother in crime in the wrestling business, who works in the magical place on the planet, controversial or not. Jeff, always a pleasure. It's really great engaging with you, whether it's 2, 6, 4, or 5 people at a time. What you been up to and where can people find you?
Well, I have the announcements I was going to make. I'm going to go ahead and do those now. I'm going to share a screen because nobody in here has been told about these. So we're going to go ahead and just do them real quick here as best we can, one at a time.
Okay.
So beginning in January, the Jeff Meacham Network is back under production, folks. Fridays, Meech at the Movies will be a thing. As I've told a few of you, JJ and Aaron have compiled a list from me over the years of movies I haven't seen, and they go, why? So we're going to go see those movies. So, and we're going to review them in the vein of Renegades reviews with my own personal spin, if you will. That'll be Meet You the Movies on Fridays coming up, beginning the first Friday I'm available, because New Year's Day, I'll probably be at the House of Mouse, if we're going to be honest. These will not necessarily be live. Let me keep that in mind also. Mondays in January, beginning that first Monday of January, which is January 4th, we're going to have another show that's going to be on the Jeff Meacham Network that I've been wanting to try. I finally got to move out doing my own thing, and I'm cooking a lot. I'm not going to use this kitchen because if I use this kitchen, I'll get tossed out back on my ass. However, there are recipes that I get to partake in all the time at the parks from our official Disney Parks cookbook. And I'm going to share my experiences of prepping and dining on those meals coming up in January. So Meals from the Magic, prepping parks plates at home. And then on Wednesdays, in a show that will also be broadcast on the Aaron Rift YouTube channel, I assure you, it is 100% not Talk Wrestling. Again, it is absolutely 100% not Talk Wrestling.
Okay.
And it'll be on Wednesdays, beginning January 6th. 100% absolutely not Talk Wrestling.
I love that. I love that.
I assure you, it is not Talk Wrestling. It's not Talk Wrestling. And of course, you can always find me on the No DQ channel. You can find me on the Greg Cherry brand whenever we get back underway. You can find me here with you crazy people here in the Simply Reliable Studios. And I don't know why it's not working. I'm trying. We're going to try that again. Oh, wait, I know why. Because I'm stupid. I don't know how to paste. There it is. You can find me at _Jeff Meacham on Twix, on Instagram, and on Threads. It is not Talk Wrestling. You stop that. Again, it is absolutely 100% not Talk Wrestling, beginning January 6th. There you go.
I love that title. That is so
bottom
great.
line, I'm bored off my ass when I'm not at work. If I'm being real, I gotta keep the brain moving. Mine again, I'm having it right now. Words fail me as I get older, and it's very much hereditary in my family. So I got to keep myself engaged. Stuff like that will keep me engaged, and be on the NoDQ review when I get to be on there, which won't be for a couple weeks. And Greg Cherry projects whenever those take place. But I want to be able to do my own thing again too. So completely different what I've ever done. I've never done my own movie reviews, and Lord knows, with all the acquisitions this company's made over the years, I have some movies I can look into that I've never seen. And the cooking stuff. JJ knows how good a cook I am. I'm more likely to burn a house or a couch down than I am to actually prepare something proper. So, but we'll try it, by God, and it'll be fun because I'm using our own Disney recipes. So there you go. Catch all that on the Jeff Meacham Network beginning in the first week of the year.
Jeff, you want to hear something funny since you mentioned copy and paste?
Always.
Well, back when I started in the call center I work at now. I was working in claims. I'd never worked in a call center before. I was a bank teller. And so I didn't much, So when I worked in the call center, I had 30 systems to work with. And I kept saying, how do you go faster? Somebody said, well, copy and paste that. You know what I said to them? I said, what the hell is that?
Oh, wow.
I had every 20-something in the whole department laughing at me for that one comment.
Hey, Dave, if JJ's favorite, if one of my favorites, Roddy Piper, taught us anything, it's old school is cool, brother. And you fucking stick to it.
You learn as you go in this day and life. But also, Jeff, as you're learning more about what you're capable of outside work, more power to you. And again, I have nothing against people having trouble with words. There's a reason why I say words are hard. Get the shirt, shop@eminentcaitlin.com. Because my mom also struggled with her words, and she's a stroke survivor, but she still does the best that she can. And again, going back to Rebel, ALS affects not only your spinal cord, it affects your nervous system as well, which also affects speech and recognition. So again, to Rebel, that's championing this fight for a cure for others, where there may not be necessarily a cure for her, but damn it, she's going to do whatever she can to campaign for this all the way to the end. God bless her. So again, all the best to you and those new ventures. Thank you.
And I will say at the first of the year, if things line up, I'll have another announcement about a particular milestone anniversary coming up in October of next year. So keep that in mind. But that's just a little teaser I'm going to throw out there. Some of you have heard about this. I'm gonna share it with JJ off air because I'm going to tell y'all I'm going to share it with JJ just to be an asshole and tease. But yeah, we'll be talking more about it as the weeks and months come along.
Well, again, if you can't tease your own brother in this life, who can you tease? That being said, thank you, Jeff. And from one brother to another. JJ, always a pleasure. Always happy to do this for you, even in my very semi-comatose state, where, again, you were lucky to get me to wake up on time. But always do what I got to do. And I know you always got to do what you got to do. Where can the people find and engage with you? And again, what have you been up to?
I love it.
Well, first things first, you can find me and all of my brethren and sisters.
Yes.
Unaccredited university.
You can find me and all my Chase U brothers and sisters online on Instagram at the Renegade JJ Williams, YouTube Casa D18 Studios, X Casa D18 Studio, no S at the end. Just look at that fantastic group of grads and alumni. You can also follow us at the Simply Reliable Studios on the X at SR Studios 2024. Your boy has been hard at work networking. You know, as some of you know, a week ago, I was at a wrestling show for Valor Pro Wrestling. reconnected with a very old friend of ours, one Mikey O'Shea, was at that show up here in the high desert, just down Hesperia Road from your sister's house.
That's a big drive for Uncle Mikey O'Shea.
Well, thankfully he was rolling with a gentleman by the name of Legend Daryl, whose white vehicle was very White Rangered out.
Yes.
So, our very own Pink Ranger would probably adore his car because he had like the Falcon Zord inside, the Tiger Zord power coin on the hood, all kinds of Power Ranger details on the car, like wearing Red Ranger tights to wrestle in, which I felt was odd considering his car was all White Ranger. He's wearing Red Ranger, like, keep with the shtick, my guy. Like, let's wear the White Ranger shit. But yeah, connected with our old buddy Mikey O'Shea last week. This past Thursday, those of you that followed my Instagram stories saw that I was at the Santino Brothers wrestling show. Got to connect with Mongol Santino. Got to reconnect with Pinky Santino, who has lost a ton of weight.
He has. He looks tremendous.
Good for him.
I told him after the show, I was like, bro, if I knew you were still doing shit with these shows, I would have worn my old Nobody's shirt.
Right?
Jeff knows what I'm talking about. Everyone else is going to be clueless, but Pinky Santino used to run a emo stable called the Nobodies.
Yes.
And I was kind of an honorary member. I had, for a show, I had the pink handprint on my face like they all used to do.
Yep.
One of the guys actually did it to me. I was wearing the shirt. They did the handprint, the whole nine. But good seeing Pinky. Oh, Jeff dropped and re-entered. Oh.
Computer's dying.
Gotcha. But
had to move quick.
While at that show,
yeah,
I communicated with and networked with quite a few people.
Oh, good.
So, as mentioned earlier, this coming Tuesday, Manuel Fabian, the president of Future of Women's Wrestling, will be joining us for an interview.
Nice.
On September 1st, Tuesday, Simone Williams will be joining us for an interview.
Love that.
On Wednesday, September 2nd, so yes, that is back-to-back days, folks. The Pro Wrestling Symphony champion, Colby Carter, will be joining us.
Very nice.
On Thursday, September 10th, which will be the day before the next Santino show, referee J.C. Minray will be joining us. I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Apologies if I did not. But we're actually going to get to talk to a zebra on the show.
Love that.
I also am in communication with Karma. No, not Awesome Kong Karma. But there is another wrestler named Karma out here from Puerto Rico. She's who I've been communicating with throughout the evening, trying to set up a day. She is on her way back from a show in San Diego and is going to get back to me on the date once she gets home and can check her calendar. Ash, I think you'll like Simone. She's an Aussie.
Australia.
I know how much you love your Aussies.
Well,
That I do. That I do.
Robbie Eagles, Madison Evils, the Iconic, Step to Lander. The list goes on and on.
Mm-hmm.
I also, thanks to a tweet that was put out by a certain individual and commented on by a good friend of ours and two-time interviewee, Ed Laredo at Ed in San Antonio, I got an email back from Mr. Brian Alvarez and we will be getting an interview with him about his new book. I am just waiting for a confirmation of a date.
Nice.
And then I have also been communicating with the manager of a certain, let me see, how can I describe this person? I believe the best way to describe this young lady would be an undeniable diamond. And once those details get worked out, we will be having her as a guest on the show.
Okay, then.
So, yeah, your boy has been busy.
And the work never stops, just like the wrestling business.
On top of all of that, as mentioned, we will be sponsoring Top Tier Jasmine Allure this Saturday at Future of Women's Wrestling. We will be sponsoring Colby Carter's title defense at Pro Wrestling Symphony next month. So, yeah, be on the lookout for all of that.
And so much more here at the Super Larva Studios at SR Studio 2024. Thank you, JJ, and thank you, everybody. And again, I hope that everyone continues to follow us here for all the shenanigans, interviews, wrestling engagements, commentary calls, and reactions. Hoping to be that one-stop, reliable source here for your open outlook on all things in the wrestling business. And shout out to Papa Gino, who's tuning in at the last minute, checking out the crew that is right now on the screen. Good to see you, Gino. Always appreciate you. And again, we always plug your channel. I'll be Push Wrestling. Again, say yeah to Papa Gino 0017. Subscribe to the Papa Gino Network today. Appreciate you, bro. All right, and I appreciate all of you. If people want to further engage with me, try if you choose. I'm Anti-Still Show. Find me if you can at Imposter1916 on the X and on YouTube. For I am nothing more but a simple man and a lifelong fan of. Come on, bro. Okay, I won't. Professional wrestling, damn it. And again, stay tuned for everything that's ahead this week outside of Simmons brand, Batting for Wrestling, and everyone here at the Super Studios. As I thought about before, I will be doing a retroactive watch along of the G1 Climax Finals match later today, exclusively at Simmons brand and Batting for Wrestling. Following down the next simple session, again, good luck, Ash. We will have our own Natty outtake on this year's G1 Climax, our MVP, our least favorite performer, best technical, and of course, strongest fighting spirit and overall thoughts on the winner, as well as some other stuff on our latest conversation. So stay tuned for more on that in the next session in conjunction at Bad for Wrestling, some men's brand. Date and time to be determined. As you've heard this upcoming weekend, yes, JD, I see your hand. What you got to say real quick?
I just wanted to say real quick, since Gino joined the chat, I wanted to mention, go check out this past week's Major Push Wrestling. Papa Gino, Dave, myself, and our very own Nick Ferrantes made his debut on Major Push Wrestling. Check that out on Papa Gino's channel.
Nice.
Very nice. Cheap plug. Hopefully you didn't act too much like an idiot. All right.
No. He was a good boy.
Nick did great.
That's a rarity. All right. Thank you, JJ.
I will say this about. Oh, sorry.
I was just saying, I told him that he had to be on his best behavior because Nick really wants to try to get on the review. So I told him, treat Major Push like his audition.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get on the review, be on your best behavior on Major Push. Then maybe you can get called up from NXT to the main roster, so to speak.
He's leveling up.
Yeah, slowly but surely. He's nowhere near the level of Vert Vixen, but that's a whole different conversation.
And that's another young lady who we've been in touch when trying to get.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
Check your emails, lady.
All right. Well, hey, good for her.
Yeah,
She's
all right.
busy, all right? I mean, she's traveling more than any freaking character in a Street Fighter video game. Anyway, thank you, JJ. And Nick, again, try not to act like an idiot sometimes. All right, thank you for that. And again, as I was
for acting like an idiot, though.
Sometimes. I can only take Idiocracy so long, and I never saw the movie either. That being said, stay tuned again for our coverage this week of TNA Lockdown. We'll see how well they use the cage or if they squander it. And stay tuned for our Death Before Dishonor as well as other watch-alongs. And that's all I got to really say for now, is I want to remind and encourage you, there are no winners, no losers, no betters. Just fans' opinions of this patch we all share. At the end of the day, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too, treasure your families, and just your life. Enjoy professional wrestling. It's truly as simple as that. But with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in to another edition of the Shenanigans. Hope you all enjoyed what truly was a freelance conversation. Just go to the show, you can truly make a conversation out of anything for professional wrestling. Damn it. With anybody, please like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend. Hit the bell as videos live on demand and the channel to the Simple Level Studios or the Aaron Riff YouTube channel. Hit the subscribe button. I assure you, the content, the creativity, the passion, the outlooks, and overall just the individualities are not going to let up anytime soon. What is going to let up now is I'm going to finally bid you all a fine adieu. And as far as your Super Chat manual, I'm the host. We'll save it for next week. I said 2 hours, damn it. I'm sticking to it. You already gave us 1 Super Chat. As JJ and Walter are going to start messing with the buttons.
That wasn't me.
Or I shoot one of you in the fucking head. Or JJ,
It was not me this time.
Yeah, right.
I swear, Noah, it wasn't.
You're sure
But
it
he caught him on the button. Wasn't me.
Okay. Very funny. Very freaking funny.
Wasn't me.
If I had a freaking revolver right now, I would have 6 chambers loaded for freaking 4 of you.
If
For
I had
JJ, for Jeff, for Walter, for Ash, for David, the Seminole Philosophy who endures this family every week. Remind you, make a positive patch in life. Have a good night. Thank you for tuning in to another rousing edition of the Saturday Shenanigans. Have a good night, folks. One of you cut the fucking feed. Arrivederci.
Good night.